Yo, what up, J Hodge, the final boss, RC Starks, Gecko, Deathgazer, Schmeedy, Alexander. What's up, Fabio? Phenom, hello, hello. Yo, Epez, Mystic Sparkle. What's up, everybody? What are we doing today? We're watching the GDANSK Regional Championships. It's going to be a good one. I can't wait. Yo, we got Smitty gifted a tier 1 sub to Superman. Yo, thank you so much, Smitty. That's incredibly kind of you. Welcome in. Yo, what's up, Abhishek? Okay. Let's do this thing, chat. Yo, what's up, ACV? We did get our space hat, yes. We are back to the usual content today. We're ready. Underneath my big ol' head. Let me move it. Florges is surging in usage. Cordelia at 56. Corsola at 53. Corv at 38. Furret surging as well at 37. Gastro at 37. Chet, where did Marowak go? Marowak is gone. Marowak has left. Marowak left to never return. Where did it go? I don't know where it went, but it left. It's not there anymore. Claude at 26, Florida's at 24, Stunfisk at 23, Shadow Talon, Empoleon in the top 12, Azumarill, and Galarian Moltres. Ooh, okay. Also, we got Jocks on the desk. Love to see it. Ooh, we have Kaye versus Galax. Or Calais. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I'll just call him Special. We got Azu, Florges, Corsola, Shadow Talon, Steelix, and Furret. Yeah, go for it, Pirate King. And for Galax, Empoleon, Florges, Wigglytuff, Stunfisk, Diggersby, and Corsola. Galax, for those who don't know, makes a bunch of the really good graphics. So it's very cool to see him competing. Any interesting movesets? Looks pretty standard. Psychic Fang's Earthquake. Ooh, Earthquake is an interesting choice. Any interesting movesets here? They all look standard. Okay. Okay, we got lock-ins. Game number 1. Special versus Galax. Galarian Corsola into the Shadow Talon Flame. You're watching this battle at... Yo, are you there, Caesar? That's awesome. Gonna farm up some energy. Save switch into the Azumarill. Azumarill gonna be answered with the Unova Stunfisk. Now, Stunfisk already doesn't have a particularly fun matchup into the Azumarill. It obviously has a pacing advantage, but it just doesn't do nearly as much damage. The Ice Beam is going to be shielded up by the Unova Stunfisk. Stunfisk looking to farm up quite a bit of energy. And Galax, the graphic guy, really nice charge attack timing there. Okay, he knows ball. That's very cool. That's very cool. I like finding out the people who I wouldn't expect to be like big battlers are big battlers. That's awesome. Azumarill is being used as a Meech shield here. The no shield on the discharge, and Azumarill will now get to connect with the Ice Beam. Stunfisk shielded once. It's unlikely it's going to shield twice, as Ice Beam, you can definitely survive it. The Ice Beam is going to land. Switch clock is up, and there's the switch. Getting aggressive. In comes Florges. Florges will win charge attack priority. It looks like Galax is just going to look to farm up a ton of energy. And now Galax has to shield or lose the energy. The shield goes up, but now this is a boosted Florges. It could get uncomfortable. In comes the Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff did get one there. Florges farming up massively. Wigglytuff is just forced to throw a move So Wigglytuff will go for the Swift, and the shield comes up. One worry could be is the HP bar is getting a little low, and there's a lot of energy stored on that Stunfisk. That Stunfisk energy could make life difficult for the Talonflame, but it is pretty low. Chilling Water is going to come out, landing onto the Wigglytuff. Next, Chilling Water will be able to pick up the knockout, but no! It's going to be the Trailblaze, wanting to exit at +2. Now, +2 Florges, very, very scary. What does Galax decide to do? Does Galax bring in the Stunfisk and throw some of the energy, or is it going to be Corsola time? Galax waiting down the timer. It's going to be the Stunfisk. Stunfisk will go for the Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb, it's some pretty solid damage. It should be enough to... It'll be very close. It does actually deliver that knockout, and now in comes Shadow Talonflame. Shadow Talonflame will not get the farm down before the discharge is reached, and the Corsola does have stored energy. That's the current big problem. In comes the Corsola, and there it is, right on cue. There's the Power Gem, and that's going to be a Game 1 win for Galax. Galax, double super effective. Down goes the Talonflame. Even if Talonflame had tried to predict the swap, it wouldn't have knocked out, and Corsola now gets to fully farm down Azumarill. Galax up 1-0. A well-played game by Galax there. It definitely could have gotten a little bit uncomfortable, but Galax did a nice job of storing energy. That stored energy was absolutely clutch. I did really like the decision to go for the Trailblaze, because you want to try and boost up your damage as much as possible. So I liked the combination of moves there. Unfortunately, Galax just did a really nice job of banking energy everywhere, so the Shadow Talon couldn't do what it wanted to do. Oh no! It sent us back to the start. I clearly hit the wrong button, so we're back. Okay, game number 2. Furret into Stunfisk. This is a nice lead. It's very difficult to build a line on his team that isn't ABA weak to the Furret, and he is ABA weak. Oh, he's triple weak. Oh my goodness. Where is the Furret check? There's Diggersby and Corsola in the back. The Diggersby obviously has one really good target in the Steelix. Diggersby would not be a big fan of the Shadow Talonflame. Mud Bomb, Stunfisk does have the pacing advantage, but 2 Mud Bombs plus the Thunder Shocks are unable to take a knockout. Whereas Furret will feel pretty comfortable absorbing this damage and continuing to farm. The goal for Furret is how much residual energy can you exit with. If you're able to exit boosted and with energy, you can make life quite uncomfortable. So Furret should be able to take a knockout with a Swift here, and will actually go for it. Stunfisk didn't go for the CMP tie, because Stunfisk would have lost that CMP tie, and Galax puts up the shield. So Galax is actually trying to make a play for alignment. Now, do you shield back, or do you just go for farm with Talon? Ooh, the no shield. Is it Talon time? It is. In comes Talon, 1 Incinerate. Oh no! It doesn't take the knockout, but a catch onto the Steelix. Okay, that got a little bit spooky. Able to, thankfully, not let that hit the Talonflame, but now this is a switch-locked Steelix into a Diggersby. So, this will be tough. This will be very, very difficult. Could not focus for my life here. Would not have expected that loud of white noise. Oh, gotcha. Oh, do they not let you be able to turn it down? That's really unfortunate. Ooh. Okay, we got the cap tie. Just a fire punch. Yeah, Talon's gonna have to put in a shift. And the big worry is that Talon could just get fast moved down. Yeah. This is spooky. Yeah, this is... I think Talon's just getting farmed down by everything. The white noise is very loud. Okay, interesting. I feel like you should be able to ask them to turn it down. That's a little crazy. Yo, Haley just followed our 3,000th follower on Twitch. Thank you so much, Haley. Welcome in. Get the spray going. Ooh. Oh, Galax will force the shield, but now I think that Incinerate will knock out. I think that Incinerate will just knock out here. Oh, it didn't! Oh, that's painful. That's painful. What up, Jerry? Guz has you Scizor, has you stuck in 27s. That seems like a pretty strong team. Oh, the tricky thing is, can you survive 2 quick attacks plus 2 thunder shocks? I think the answer is no. Oh, only 1 quick attack? He threw a move. I'm surprised he threw a move and didn't just go for the fast move beatdown. Okay. He survives. He survives. You can see there the deep breath. He's like, oh my God. Holy, oh my goodness. Okay, we move. Game number 3. Oh my goodness. Shadow Talon into Wiggles. Wiggles staying. Interesting. No aggressive switch out. Oh my God, switches the whole game. Oh, that is criminal. That is criminal. That is absolutely criminal. Oh, you can see he looked up at him to be like, oh really? That's your safe switch into a Furret team, huh? Oh no, Galax. Galax, not like this. Power Gem. Oh no. As the Furret, do you ever full undercharge this? Because I don't... Can you Sucker Punch down if you full charge it before another move is? Oh, a shield. Interesting. Because I think even if it was full charged, I think the Corsola still makes the move. So the shield a bit surprises me. Yeah, because you just farm this all the way down. Ooh, didn't want to risk it. Just going to take the knockout, so that way you don't risk like a snipe or something. I mean, you just pivot back Talon, I assume. Because it kind of doesn't matter what they bring in. Oh, a Swift was available. Okay. So Shadow Scizor, Azu Gator. So, are you on non-Shadow Gator, Pirate King? Was really scared of a snipe? Yeah, that makes sense. In that scenario, I would probably save switch the Gator because the non-Shadow Gator does beat Marowak. Oh, you're on Shadow. Okay, that does complicate things a little bit. Then I think I might just play out the lead. And yeah, Talon just wins here. I think I might just play out the lead. And then I'd build up the Trailblaze, go with Night Slash, and then shield back, and then try and get the Night Slash. Yeah, that would be what I think I would do, is I would just play out the lead then. Yep, and there's the shield. And there's the win. That got a little bit scary, but what was my Halloween costume? I was a plague doctor. Who we got? Pato Man versus Jorge. I was told that this is Pato Man's brother. That's actually so unfortunate that Pato Man and his brother are queued up round 1. That is tragic. Imagine you're a big brother, wins like every tournament, like Pato does, second at Worlds. And then he convinces you to go to your first tournament and you get his ass round 1. I do not have an Instagram, Harsh, no. That's tragic. Pato's on Florges, Talon, Emp, Furret, Gastro, Shadow Malamar, and Jorge, the brother. Oh, this is in GDANSK. I believe GDANSK is... Oh, I'm going to get cooked for this. I'm going to say Poland. GDANSK is Poland, right? I think that I would switch to non-Shadow Gator, Pirate King, yeah. It is in Poland. Let's go! Beating the clueless American allegations, barely. Not by much. Not by much, but barely. Okay. Jorge's team. Blastoise. I love the Blastoise pick. Credilli, Corviknight, Gastrodon, Wigglytuff, and Shadow Dusknoir. Right away, the Empoleon is criminal here. Use Emp, Shadow Malamar, Altaria today, but you had fun with the team? Yeah, that... I think that's a very solid team. Here we go. I hope Jorge gets to take a game off Pato, man. Shadow Malamar, Gastrodon, okay. Gastro will typically want to play zeros here. That is like Gastro's best turn of events is just play zeros. The more shields that are in play, the better it is. Yo, Dilly's kind of nuts in the back though. Can we talk about that? Dilly's kind of a criminal in the back. Dilly's kind of a criminal in the back, low key. Oh no, he's super I think, oh, this might just knock out. Oh, Gastro barely hangs on. Gastro barely hangs on. Oh my goodness. Shadow Malamar, I think we'll survive this body slam, yeah. And so he has to throw again because he would have got Sidewave down. Okay. With Switch, is there a chance for Jorge? Come on, Jorge. Yo, Furret, it's time. Put the Wigglytuff on it, young man. No! Oh, no. It's okay, Jorge. It's okay, Jorge. It's your first tournament. We will forgive you. We will forgive you. Yo, what's up, Dialap? Yo, Dialap, you cooked my ass so bad the other night. That was onk on onk violence. Holy shit, man. I've rarely been dunked on that severely. He absolutely cooked my ass. Holy fuck. I just sat there and had to like reevaluate the circumstances of my life. I was just sitting there like, damn. But so chat, if I can explain the reason why Jorge, so if we go back here, this is a good learning moment. The reason why the lead was Malamar. Hold on, let me move my head. The lead was Malamar. Let's take a look at this team of 6. With a Malamar lead and you see Furret, what are the things that could be in the back for the Wigglytuff? It's Florges, Penguin, Gastro, or Shadow Talon. Taking a look across these, there's 3 matchups where Credilli would be better, and only like, and there's like, if it's Penguin in the back, you lose anyway. So you should always put the Wiggles on the Furret here, and then just trust in the fact that if it's Emp, you lose anyway, and Dilly is better into those 3. So that's why, like, a more, like, as he gains more experience and gets to VOD review it, being able to realize what your opponent has played and what they could play can help you influence and figure out what could be good in the back. The new Megas, I think the new Megas are pretty cool. Hey, he's he is new to this. He's new to this. It's his first tournament. It's his first tournament. And he got his big brother round 1. That's a tough go of it. That's a tough go of it. It's a tough scene for sure. Oh, he shields. Yeah, like he knows how to play. Like he aggressively pivots there. Like a newer player would just let themselves get farmed. A newer player would absolutely just let themselves get farmed. But yeah, Gastro is just unbeatable at this point. And he knows. Yeah, to reference the Dialap game. Dialap was ABA to Hippo and cooked me so fucking bad. That catch of the you caught a weather ball that I was gonna throw at the Furret onto something and perfectly predicted that I do 4 in the move. I love games like that because if I get my ass beat, I'm like, damn, I gotta lock in and do better. That was a sick game. J-Hodge, the unfortunate thing is I didn't have it recorded because it's a team I've already featured, and if I've already featured a team, then I'm not recording. So I actually don't have a recording of it. Because if I've already made a video on it, my phone's always out of storage, so then I'm just not recording it. Because I've already posted the Hip Out on team. Noir into Emp, okay. Take a peek at the back. Again, Credilli looks very good. He throws on alignment just to pressure the first shield. Pato lets it go. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you just win zeros here. It's fine invoked as long as you don't go like crazy with it. Oh, you actually don't win zeros. Okay. Well, Gastro head start here. Do you bank the energy and then just go dilly? Oh, okay. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Jorge's cooking. Come on, man. Come on. Jorge getting a win over Pato would be cinema. Yo, what's up, MBJP? Welcome in. Yo, come on, man. I need this. I need this for every younger sibling. Everyone who's a younger sibling, we need this. We need this right now. He's letting it go. And he should be able to get this. Oh, can he get there? Oh, it's going to be close. He does get there. But he can cap tie with a Swift. Oh, my goodness. Pato, man. No regard for human life. What a catch. He said, nah, you were getting a little too close to comfort. You were getting a little too close to comfort. Oh, my goodness. What a catch. Pato, man. It's going to be Gastro into Gastro. Furret has energy. He's going for the water pulse. Only one shield left for Pato. Where does he use it? Is he going to put up the shield here? He does not. And water pulse is going to be landing. Pato can just go for body slams. And that's what could potentially cost the game for Jorge. Jorge is in a spot where if he ever gives up both shields, then Pato will have a combo play available to him. So he's just going to continue the farm. The body slam is reached, and that should seal it. Because the moment he shields, Furret can combo with Swift. Because Jorge, his switch timer is not yet up. So the clock is available. And there it is. Right on cue. One extra slap. There's the combo play on the Swift. And you can see they're having fun with it. The Swift does take the knockout. Credilli gets farmed down. And big brother Pato, man, emerges victorious. That's so unfortunate they were queued round one. Oh no. Alright, who we got? Oh, Tomahawk versus Koig. Oh, this would be a good matchup. Okay. Claude, Shadow Annihilate, Greninja, the drink. Credilli, Corviknight, Wigglytuff. I love Greninja. Greninja is sick. And then Moltres, Wigglytuff, Corsola, Gastrodon, Stunfisk, and Empoleon. Yo, what up, Darth? Welcome in. I am not going to Vegas. No, I will not be there. Yo, that's a very solid starting Elo reveal, Pirate King. That is higher than mine was at the start of this season. Nicely done. I think mine was like 2170, 2180, something like that. So, well done, sir. Well done. Okay. Oh, no! Greninja into Wigglytuff! That's not what Fareed was hoping to see. We should see a pivot out. In comes Corviknight, answered with the Stunfisk. And this alignment is looking miserable. Take a look at the final Pokemon. It's going to be... Oh, no. It's going to be Empoleon for Koig. And it's going to be the Credilli for Fareed. So if Fareed doesn't make a play for switch advantage, things could get rough in a hurry. This is miserable. This is miserable. Oh no. The payback's gonna land, but this is a Stunfisk. Part of the reason people put it on their team is the bulk. Stunfisk massively over farming, and now Fareed has to decide, will he invest? If he invests, Konig can very easily match shields and keep switch advantage. He's gonna let it go. Oh no, and this is about as dire as it can get, and Konig has to be like licking his lips at seeing this alignment. This alignment is so good. Yeah, like this is like this game one, Mr. T. Yeah, like this is a line that's very much not in his favor. Agreed. Oh, Harsh, you're trying to get Unova Stunfisk? Is Unova Stunfisk part of the GBL rewards, or is it just the G-Fisk? I'm genuinely not sure. But yeah, Emp comes out and he's just shaking his head. He's like, no, dude. Oh, no. Only the G-Fisk? Dang, that's unfortunate. Wigglytuff on Greninja. Caster on caster violence here. The poor Greninja. I mean, Hydra doesn't even knock out. You don't even have to shield this if you don't want to. Yeah, he just lets it go. He's saying, I don't die. It's the full farm down. And I imagine Free just lets this go. Like, the only reason you shield here is if you want more time to think between the matches. But he's already making notes. He knows it's over. Harsh, I would say having a Stunfisk is better than not having one. So if that's your best one, there's nothing wrong with running that at all, yeah. For reference, my Stunfisk... Okay. Let me look up what the rank of your Stunfisk would be. 0, 14, 14. It's a rank 271. Yeah. Yo, what's up, K. Kelsey? Welcome in. Oh, okay. Corviknight into the Wigglytuff. Corviknight really loves if it gets that 30% air cutter boost to start off this matchup. It makes Corviknight's life immensely, immensely easier. Cut the rank 1 G-Fist this morning. Ah, nice. Okay, no boost comes through. There's the Annihilate in the back. Yeah, Pokegenie or PV Poke can both be very helpful for IV checking different mons. He's over farming a lot. But yeah, this is a pretty fine matchup for Wigglytuff to stay in for, because Empoleon in the back has a very poor matchup into the Corviknight. So that's part of why Konig is staying in. We do see the boost, which is very, very helpful for Tomahawk, because Tomahawk just needs a little bit of that air cutter power back. It still won't knock out, but it makes it slightly easier. Okay. Visuals looked a little bit weird there. He will go for the Icy Wind. Oh, can you get Ufisk spawns from Rainy Lures? If so, that's good info to have. Empoleon, but Annihilate's gonna go wicked. Because he has to stay, and look at that. He just lost half his mon. And against Stunfisk, you could just brute force a lot of damage. And I think you just go straight Rage Fist. Oh, he does actually build up. He does actually build up. How do you feel about this meta? Yo, Tommy Love with the raid. Yo, welcome in. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Thank you for thinking of me when it comes to a raid. But yeah, welcome into you and your community. What's up, guys? We are watching GDANSK. Mud Bomb lands, does do quite a lot of damage. And he's just going for a lot of counters. Oh, Stunfisk farm down. Oh my goodness. That's brutal. Because now Emp should just outpace. Oh! Hold. With the Rock Tomb, the Hydro might not knock out. Like, Emp definitely gets the double up. The Hydro might not knock out. It'll be close. Did he figure a way out of this matchup? If he did, that's a sick game. That's a really sick game. But yeah, I will talk about my thoughts about the meta after this game. Does a KO here. Oh my goodness! Fareed! What a game! What a game! No shot! What a game! Oh my goodness! He was hard countered to hell and back. And he just said no. Wow. Oh my goodness. Unbelievably well played game. Unbelievably well played game. Wow. So, I do want to have a moment to talk about the meta. I think as far as Go Battle League goes, I think it's a pretty enjoyable meta. I know others will disagree, but I think you can run a lot of different things and have success. And a lot of fun things. Is there stuff I want nerfed? Yes. I want Slap, Basti, Parabolic all gone. If we want to get Rock Tomb gone, I don't think it's a must, but I wouldn't mind it. But the thing is, if you nerf Slap, you have to nerf Basti. I also kind of want Stunfisk gone. Just a little bit. I assume with Rock Tomb, what they'll nerf is its damage, if they nerf it. The Pancake hate is real. So, Amy, it is a very good core breaker to a lot of things, but the issue is the Pancake in and of itself causes a lot of RPS matchups. However, with Mudslap falling off in a big way, like into this team, it's actually very flexible. In that it's playable into the Claude, playable into the Ape. It can actually win 2s against Credilli, but that's not a matchup you want to play. Ninja, like, so in Show 6, it's less RPS. But I think currently a lot of players really dislike the Show 6 meta. Because Show 6 is obviously, it's played very differently to Blind 3s. And that Blind 3s, you don't have extra information to go off of. But there are fewer, like, dominant, flexible, neutral demons. And that's part of what leads to the frustration with the current meta. The one thing is, if I can chat for a little bit, do you guys know what happens in 3 calendar days? Are you aware of what happens in 3 calendar days? Trace. Calendar days. We got to talk about it. Because if we had to say team builder here, would you argue that like these are some of the most used stuff, right? Like Corsola, Gastro, and Credilli. This is like the most used shit. Corsola, Credilli, Gastrodon. Well, something arrives to the game in 3 days, chat. And its name is Spidops. And you might be saying, Henry, what is a Spidops? I see mono bug. There's no way it could cook. Well, trainer, we're talking identical stats basically to superior. So you say, okay, Henry, I hear you. Superior stats, but it's mono bug. Allow me to introduce the moveset. Shadow Claw, Lunge, Rock Tomb. It can also learn X Scissor and Grass Knot. So it can learn Grass Knot, can learn X Scissor. So this is a Pokemon that has insane stats. Well, not, I will rephrase. Very good stats. An amazing moveset. Its typing is shit, though. Its typing is shit. But why this is intriguing is Is it Matrix Battle? Okay. Why this is intriguing is this. Corsola, Credilli, Gastrodon. It beats all three of the, like, commonly used mons. That is where it could be a little bit interesting. Like, Corsola into Spidops. Spidops loses zeros barely, but wins ones and twos with defaults. Against Credilli, I believe it's an all-evens win. It is an all-evens win. Gastrodon. Yeah, you're just winning it straight lunge. It is not eligible for Vegas, no. Now, it's obviously going to have matchups that it struggles against. Like, if Shadow Claw is resisted, not going to have a good time against Furret. Claude walls off its energy, so Claude is going to put it into a home. Like, that's a miserable, miserable matchup. But the intriguing thing about it is it could shake up what some of what we have. Shadow Talon matchup. You win zeros by outpacing. The ones is contingent on a lunge bait. That doesn't seem very reliable. But you can just twos it as the Talonflame and just farm it down. Emp, I imagine Emp should crush it. Yeah, Emp crushes it. So, like, I don't think it's going to be, like, a top contender. But I think it's... Yeah, the Talon matchup we were looking at was the Shadow Talon. Well, the thing is, Spidops, it's weak to Credilli's Rock Tomb, but it just beats Credilli. Because it outpaces Credilli and it hits for super effective with lunge. So, as Spidops, you win all evens into it. So, I don't think it's going to be a top usage mon, but I think... yeah, I mean, you win Talon zeros because you outpace it and one-shot it with a Rock Tomb. So, I don't think it's going to be a top usage mon, but I think it's something people may consider. Now, the first tournament it would be eligible for is LAIC, but it's not a part of the LAIC meta. So, the earliest tournament it would actually be eligible for, I believe, would be Stuttgart. Yeah, so the first tournament would be looking at Stuttgart. We don't have that info yet, Sai. This is just about Spidops. So ABB is less good because in a 45-second timer, you're a lot more incentivized to play aggressively, and ABB teams don't like aggressive play. They favor more of like a cookie-cutter alignment-dependent play. Well, not even alignment-dependent, but just like, okay, neutral lead, I switch out. Whereas more of an ABC or an XAB, you're not required to switch out of neutral leads. UL Spidops, unfortunately, I think it only gets to like 1900 combat power. Like if we go to Ultra and maximize, 1907. So do not play Ultra League Spidops. Abomasnow Gastro Talon. Oh, and the ape finds its target. Save switch Wigglytuff answered with the Claude. Oh my goodness. I did have a good Halloween, Sai. Yes, thank you. I ended up having some friends over. We had a costume party, got to hang out, play some games, catch up on each other's lives. It was a good time. I was a plague doctor. So we got from one of the party stores. I got like a cape and then some gloves, and then I got like a plague doctor mask. So I didn't get like a pre-made one. Also, he's just looking at a hard pivot here. He's so confident that he didn't bring the Corsola. He's so confident he didn't bring the Corsola. And now he's gonna stay. Piplup dressed up as a cat. Cosplay as Florges? Oh my goodness. The Mud Bomb catch. Onto the... Oh my goodness. Onto the Corviknight. Yeah, this is brutal. That's brutal. Farid is cooking. Farid is cooking. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's just like that catch didn't have to happen, but honestly, Jerry, if I feel myself getting like really like, I try and like, if I end up having like a rough day, I know that if I keep playing a lot of the times, it'll just get worse. Because sometimes you're just not locked in. Sometimes you got other shit in your mind, stuff like that. So I will try and be like, you know what? If it's getting to me, I will try and be like, you know what? I'm going to just take a day or two off. I'm going to just go back at it with a better mindset. Go back at it with less frustration. And I know I'll be able to make better plays as a result. So that's usually what helps me quite a bit. Also, there's a hydrate that I missed a few minutes ago. Can Aegis still cook? Having a Rig 9 Aegis is awesome. I don't think it's particularly strong right now, but it's absolutely worth holding on to that. And you can work on like slowly accumulating the XLs. But yeah, Jerry, the biggest thing is like even someone like me, where last season I had a crazy run and I got to rank 1 in the world on the Go Battle League leaderboards. You would imagine someone who's hit rank 1 would not be like, wow, I'm shit if they have a bad day of battles. But I definitely do. We've all been there where like the game starts to creep into a point where it's starting to affect your mental. Also, I want to highlight this, but if you go to tournaments this season, there are cool regional spawns at the regional championship venues, including Piplup, Horsey, Rookie D, Wimpod, Duskull, Togetic, Swablu, Turdinator, Lapras, and Jingmo. And even for me, sometimes it'll if I have a bad day, I'm just playing like shit, like getting terrible alignments, like my meta call was bad, it can affect my mental. And that's when I'm not always the best at it. I'm not always the best at practicing what I preach, but I will try and be like, you know what? I'm going to just disconnect for a little bit and just do other shit for, even if it's just for a few hours or the rest of the day. Because I know that if I'm playing when I'm frustrated, if I know that if I'm playing while I'm frustrated, I'm not going to play as well. All right. We got Tinkaton, Stunfisk, Furret, Golisopod, Shadow Gyarados. That's sick. And Corv. And from the Gengar life, Mr. Tom, Furret, Fortress. I think that's a Shadow Talonflame. Steelix, Azu, and Malamar. So these spawns are for visitors as well, T-Vardy. Okay, pretty standard movesets across the board. But yeah, Mr. T, what I would say is there's still a ton of season left. And we're going to have a bunch of different metas. So anyone who is looking to rank up and hasn't been able to yet, there's still loads of time this season, which is awesome. Okay. Flame Charge on the Talon, standard 4. EQ, a second EQ Steelix. So people opting for EQ over Crunch. But that's what I would say is there is still a ton of time left in the season, and we still got hella battles. The big things that I think people can do to improve are trying to make sure that you're running like what I would call like a consistent meta team. It's basically like finding something that has strong Pokemon and then learning the matchups. Like learning, okay, if it's this lead, I want to do this. If it's this lead, I want to do this. Because learning the ins and outs of a team and like, hey, what works best in certain scenarios is really, really helpful. Or is Scizor? Scizor kind of left. Ooh, Furret and a Tink. That's not the lead Tom was hoping for. In comes the Fortress. Stone can stay here because this is not an EQ Fort. Fort has to have EQ to win this matchup. EQ is honestly the optimal Steelix move now. Interesting. I am not up to date on my Show 6 movesets. I imagine with all the Fisk popping up, it is probably nice. And also for the mirror, because there's been a lot of Steelix. He's now going for the Play Rough. Play Rough is resisted, but it is a very, very, like... It is a lot more efficient of a move than Bulldoze. So it actually does pretty nice damage. It looks like Play Rough, with a few more Fairy Winds, might be able to two-shot. For Primeape, I've had amazing results with the Emmy Weedle team. It is Credilli lead, close combat Primeape as the safe switch, and then as the closer, Shadow Ember Charizard. That team, I've been playing it for fun, and I ended up climbing like 150 elo, and I'm like rank 115 on boards today as a result. I will say, chat, last night, after the party, I was tired as hell, but it was like 2 a.m. I was like, I should queue up. Who do I queue into? Michael from Niantic. And I threw the game. I lost to Michael, man. I have never played so poorly. I thought Drifblim couldn't farm me down. I had like a decent I had like a decently healthy Credilli that had 2 acids of energy, and I was like, there's no way I get farmed down. But I was tired as hell, and I got fucking farmed, bro. I got farmed. And then I had Primeape and Zard in the back, and that combo against a Shadow Blim that was up 3 Astonishes, I just got fried. Furret's just gonna have too much to do here. Like, Stone is gonna be able to get such incredibly good value out of his Furret. Because the big thing that's annoying about the Furret Fisk matchup as the Fisk player is 2 Mud Bombs do not knock out. But these boosted Sucker Punches are doing a lot. Yeah, he was Legend, J Hodge. He was Legend, yes. Is that part of your contract? Well, here's the thing. I am not a partner creator. I'm not a partner creator. Oh, dang. The Furret cap tie. Tom was confident he'd win it, but he did not. And yeah. Fisk just too healthy, and even if a Quake was reached, a Quake doesn't one-shot. And like, one of the teams that I lost to today, and I will be making a video on it just because I had fun with the team and I think it's a good team, there was a Como O Linoon core that I got cooked by. It was Kazim. Did you know that Linoon lives 5 Embers and a Shadow Blast Burn from an attack weighted Charizard? Because I didn't. That's what won him the game. Is it lives 5 Embers and a Shadow Blast Burn. And I have like a... Ooh. I got really excited for Tom for a sec because I know this matchup from... Oh, what was that cup where Volt Switch Fort was? So the Gengar live streams. Yes, he does. He streams pretty early morning for NA standards. Oh, it was Jungle. Yeah. Yeah, because I was on Volt Switch Fort. A potato recommended it. And so I played a bunch of Volt Switch Fort while I was in my Milwaukee hotel room after casting day 1. That was a really good team from him. Also, I don't think anyone gave a shout out to Master Mahir. So let me make sure that I fix that. Because I know we got Mystic Sparkle when she showed up. I don't think we got Mahir. So I'll cover my bases and make sure Mahir gets his well-deserved shout out. All right, Swift after Swift. He does get a sick farm down. He can just go Fisk, though, and the energy kind of goes nowhere. Ooh, getting a debuff will make Malice life a lot easier. No one got AJ either? Dang. I will have to get AJ, too. All right. Alright, there we go. We're cooking now. We're cooking now. Shoutouts achieved. But now Gary fast move pressure is going to be so annoying. Because Psy Waves do not do what you want them to do. So Las Vegas is the next regional for North America. Yes, just so. Yo, what's up, the final boss? Welcome in. But they have Gdansk over in Poland this weekend. And Brisbane. So for the more size viewers, I'll probably cover Gdansk on Monday and then Brisbane the week after. Because Brisbane was also streamed. Ducats is playing Brisbane. Oh, cool. Yeah, Stunfisk being such an effective, neutralizing agent for this energy is really annoying for Tom. Who is the player who brought Toxtricity? Oh, that was Butters. Butters brought Toxtricity. I like Butters. Butters is a cool dude. Dang. Unfortunate for Tom. What's the rest of the Lanoon team? Oh, God, what was it? It was Como O, Acid, Shadow Tenta with Acid Spray, and then Lanoon. Okay. We have Mouts versus Lujoslav. That's Fortress, Claude, Credilli, Corsola. Ooh, Firo sighting and Blastoise. Do you prefer... I prefer regular Fortress for Open Great League. Any interesting movesets here? Stone Edge on the Claude. Everything else looks standard. Take a look at the other team. Stone Edge, Claude, Florges, Furret, Corsola, Close Combat, Primeape, and Gastrodon. Yo, what's up, Barto? I streamed Angry Birds 2 yesterday on Twitch and Twitch only. Because they hit me up and they were like, yo... We want to do, where's Angry Birds? Angry Birds was a one-time thing. It was a one-time thing. It turns out, very good at the Go Battle League, kind of mediocre at Angry Birds. Ooh, nice catch from Mouts. Yeah, I did have one shot where I just locked in harder than anyone's ever locked in before. Yeah, Moutsey is playing this really, really well. I also like that it's a best buddy party hat Blastoise. That's Aura, bro. That's Aura. Trailblaze will just not knock out here. So if he wants to let this go, he can. Obviously, if he wants to shield, he has the ability to do so. But he doesn't have to because it just doesn't knock out. He will put up the shield last second. Florges has energy. Yeah, Florges is one off, so Blastoise undertaps. Yo, what's up, Stuffy? Oh! Oh, no! He's cooking him! He's cooking him! Catches left and right. Mamma mia! Oh, my goodness. Mouts on a rampage here. The catches back and forth. He's a magician. Dancing in and out of matchups. Yo, this will be a nutty peck down for Firo. Yo, what up, Team Union? Out comes Gastro. Gastro's outside of Drill Peck range. Shadow Mightyena. Paula brought it to a regional a while back. But we haven't really seen it have a lot of play, probably just because Credilli is still very popular. And that's a matchup that isn't super fun for the Mightyena, I believe. And a slam doesn't matter here. A slam doesn't matter here. It's not a water pulse, so... I want to see if he has a Dracoviz page, man. There's no way he's making plays like this and he hasn't hit boards. There's just absolutely no way. Okay, he does have a Dracoviz page. Okay. Oh, interesting. So he last participated in 2023. He was 7th at Bochum and then took a season off and then played in Gdansk. He doesn't have a leaderboard page. That's holy. Man only plays the game when he feels like it. Shit. Because he's playing exceedingly well. Like, these are absolutely leaderboard caliber plays. These are absolutely leaderboard caliber plays. Like, he's a brilliant battler. Like, judging off of that, I've never seen him battle before. He is now a favorite. He is now a favorite. You do not see that caliber of play very often, and that makes me immediately pay attention. That makes me immediately pay attention. OG Team Rocket, Coffin, Ekans, and Meowth. Unfortunately, it's really tough to battle with Ekans and Meowth in the Go Battle League. But yeah, wow. I am floored by this level of play. And I pulled up his Dracoviz page. Like, he played, like, he was 7th at Bochum, 25th in Warsaw, 33rd Malmo, 17th in Gdansk in 25 with a Skarmory. And he has no leaderboard data. That's crazy to me. Does he have, like, another account he ladders on? Because, like, this level of play is exceedingly impressive. Fearow lead into Claude. Not a fun matchup for the Fearow. There's Dilly Blast in the pack. Dilly is really, really good in back. But obviously, the team as a whole is very soft to Claude. Was he a Sylph guy? Maybe. I don't know if anyone knows him, but my goodness. Again, extremely impressed. Extremely impressed. Basically just this one, Big Burden. The only other mobile game that growing up I was big on was, I don't know, and this will date me a little bit, if anyone else played during the Madden mobile heyday. Oh, and he gets the catch and the sneak onto the Blastoise. Nice. The Madden mobile heyday. This would have been like the like Odell Madden mobile. And also when Sherman was on the cover too. Like, there was like a 2-year run where Madden Mobile was a generational game. And I was in like the equivalent of like competitive Madden Mobile. Obviously it was just community run at that point, but that was like when I was in college, like a decade ago. I do Final Boss AJ, yes. And he, dude, where did he come from? Did they build this man in a lab? Where did he come from? He's like, yeah, no, I live this shit. What the hell? I swear they built this man in a lab. This is crazy business right now. This is nuts. Yo, he got one turn? That fucking sucks. Yeah, he got one turn. I hate how quickly I can visually identify that. Because we see it quite a bit, but... Yo, his phone is like dying over there. Left phone is getting cooked right now. Left phone is not doing too hot. You don't die to this. Like, it'll do a lot. He knows. He gets one out of it, but he just wants the energy. Definitely remember Madden Mobile being pretty... Yeah, it was big. Unk status here, so you're with me on that? Let's go. and he just doubles up here. Dude, I'm so surprised. I'm also ecstatic. It's very rare that, like... Because obviously people can have good tournaments, but this level of precision is insane. This level of precision from someone I've never heard of before. Dude, keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. He is going places. He's going places. Oh, they're doing caster analysis here. Wait, what? Now I'm confused. Huh? Okay. I'm just gonna slowly go forward. Okay. That was just the game we just had. Were we looking at something weird? Okay, no, we weren't. We were just moving to the next round. Yo! Another odds-on favorite to win this is Boom. For the people who view the channel quite a bit, watch the videos, y'all will probably be pretty familiar with Boom. Boom usually submits videos once per season. And he submits absolute fire. Like, he will run, like, the most out-of-pocket team and then still just, like, dominate with it. So, Boom also, in his first ever tournament, he won it. That was Leo 2025. Boom is... I like to say that in Go Battle League-wise... I like to say that it is hard to find someone who is like substantially better than me. Boom is substantially better than me. Like, I have the utmost respect for Boom to the point where when I was subbed in factions against him, I was happy to get a 1-2. I was like, hey, I got a win off the guy. Did I lose? Did I lose? Yeah, I went 1-2, but I got a game off him. He's a wizard at this game, man. He's so good. He's so good. But his opponent, no slouch either. Donna, Stunfisk, Corsola, Diggersby, Shadow Charizard, Fortress, and Murkrow. And Stunfisk, Shadow Scizor, Altaria, Florges, Furret, Corviknight. Altaria was my pick to win this tournament. Oh, it's DB Zard. Interesting. We are seeing more of a rise of DB Zard in Show 6 and Ember in Go Battle League, which is interesting. They're locked in. Here we go, folks. Game number 1. Florges leading into Fortress. Texas versus Belgium in Gym Breakers soon. I am technically a part of Team Texas. Will I play? Probably not, but I'm there. And by that I mean I don't want to play, but I'll eventually end up playing at some point. I'll probably end up playing. I like being a scrim gremlin, plus being able to like talk people through games. Any move speculations for next season? Ooh, I just hope that Mud Slap goes and Basti goes and Parabolic Charge goes. That would bring some warmth to my heart. Oh no, Rusty. That's a very unfortunate one. My goodness. He does go Rock Tomb here because he was at -3. Yeah, I want Parabolic gone. Yo, what's up, Sandy Deagle? Welcome in. In comes Furret. He's going to pivot out into the Stun Fist because he's so weak. And he goes for a Discharge here. This Discharge isn't a misplay because he is covering for a catch onto a flyer. That's why he threw that. Discharge is the worst move compared to Mud Bomb, but that Discharge was thrown because he was anticipating Boom to try and make a catch. The thing is, if they nerf the Slappers, they have to nerf Parabolic. Did you expect the rise of Florges? I think Florges is ridiculously good. He's throwing it again. So he's so worried about a catch because he's switch locked and Boom isn't that he is throwing Discharge here. Because we know 2 Mud Bombs don't knock out anyway. But that's why he's doing this. Is because he's like, absolutely not are you catching a Mud Bomb onto a flying type. So he's just throwing nonstop Discharges at it. Does he get this farm down? Oh, he does not. He's forced to throw. But the Stun Fist is literally 1 HP. Donna cannot shield or the shield will knock him out. He's forced to let that go. But now Furret can actually get a lot of mileage into the Corsola. But Corsola's energy could still be really annoying. He got 1 turn there and Boom actually took advantage. That's a little bit funny. Yeah, Boom adjusted his timing and threw after 3 instead of 4 to do perfect timing considering Donna's 1 turn. Ooh, the snipe with Fort. Alt gets farm. There was valuable damage done to the Corsola. And like one gem does not knock out. But it is a little spooky. Oh, the bait. Triple Nightshade is actually probably the way, right? Because I don't know if he can astonish it into gem range. The only reason he'd bait is if he thinks he needs 3 moves. Because I just don't believe gem knocks out. Altaria is too bulky. Do you expect the Altaria usage? Altaria is just a great source of bulk, and it's a flyer that dunks on Corv, which is nice. But yeah, let me look up because I don't know the exact specifics on how much gem does, but I assume it's under half to Altaria. Oh, he was just short. Yeah, so gem does 42%. So this is matchup knowledge right here. Recognizing that he has to try and get double shade. Also, yeah, it is a flyer that does pretty well into Fisk. So that was Donna playing to his out, which is he needed triple Nightshade. He just couldn't quite get there. Also, the interesting thing about Altaria is it's a flyer that also beats Florges. Like Gastro has no play. Florges actually just straight up loses to it because Florges, it's so bulky that like your only source of damage is Fairy Winds. And even with debuff Sky Attack does a lot to Florges. So it actually ends up being an extremely effective way, really weird way of neutralizing Florges energy. In a similar way to how like Obama Snow was able to do that on Hikami's team. In a weird way, Altaria actually also does that. So this is Group A Winners Semifinals. And since this is a smaller tournament, Winners Finals are day 2. So this is for day 2. Here we go. Corsola into Altaria once again. Looks like we have Shadow Scizor and Furret in the back. Oh, the Murkrow making an appearance, and Furret just looks like it's absolutely toast in the back. Furret has just a brick wall in the fortress and a Murkrow awaiting it. This is going to be a tough one for Boom. 1 win and he's on to day number 2, but Donna's going to give him a run for his money. Power Gem, we know it does not knock out, and Boom is going to be no shielding. Boom more than happy to take this damage because the zeros plays out very nicely for Altaria. It is where more shields get in play that things can get a little less comfortable. Farming up a ton of energy, now going to go for the Sky Attack into the Corsola. Corsola has to decide, is it worth putting up the shield? Sky Attack should not knock out. Sky Attack is going to land. There's the Survive and the Nightshade. And boom, Switch Advantage does not really help him here. He does have the Shadow Scizor in the back. But the thing is, if he brings in the Furret and, oh, he brings in the Scizor. This, I imagine, will have to be answered by the Fortress. But this is still a very uncomfortable spot to be as the Scizor. Oh, it's answered with the Murkrow. He makes the read. He makes the read. We are Heckmech, yes. How do you time your one-turn move? So ideally, oh yeah, he has to switch. But now they're, oh. Yeah, I think he might not have a very good Crow. Because I think a good Crow should be able to live 11 there. Sky Attack, I believe, does... I believe it's more. Or it could be the exact same. It is the exact same. Yeah, so it is. It appears to be the exact same as Flamethrower, so there's not a reason to throw Flamethrower neutrally. And Boom figured his way out. Yeah. He made a team read, and unfortunately it wasn't the right one, and that opened the door for Boom in a big way. Boom shaking his head because he didn't miscount, but... Do you ever... Okay, yeah, nah, just double up and you're good. And they're exchanging GGs. As the Crow, it can do many things. But asking a red health Crow to live a Swift? Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm either blocking the team or I'm blocking the faces. So, we show the teams before every battle, though. Boom today, too. Ooh, Z's Wireless and 2-Cannon versus Alejandro. Charger, Claude, Shadow 2-Cannon, Guzzlord, Corviknight, Credilli. Let's take a look at, and for Alejandro, we have Shadow Scizor, Credilli, Stunfisk, Corsola, Gastro, and Galarian Moltres. Ooh, charge it into Credilli. This matchup pretty uncomfortable just across the board. Like, I don't think it's anyone's idea of a good time. I would usually prefer to be the Credilli, but I haven't played out the matchup enough to have, like, a real read on it. Guzzlord safe switch. Good to be chipped. And debuffed. The unfortunate thing is by giving up switch is the charge is now going to end up on the Stunfisk later. It is Credilli back, though. But, like, you already do such little damage with Brutal Swing that now that you're -1, it's just going to be, like, pathetic damage. Yeah. So Gastro just farms you all the way down. That is miserable for Z's Wireless. Dang. Charjabug. Charjabug can be a core breaker to a lot of teams, but there's also a lot of scenarios where it can be unfortunate. Like, this is 100 energy Gastrodon. Like, that is so unfortunate. Like, it's a play that can work out in a lot of scenarios, but unfortunately the specific line that Alejandro had behind makes it so that play gets really severely punished. The fact that he can't Acid down here as well is really rough. Because he has to go down 2 shields. Like, he's lost all his Credilli. Comes Charja. And it's just Fisk, yeah. GG's. I'm not personally a big Charger believer, but ZZ, he is insane at this game, so. Yeah, Shadow 2 Cannon is sick. Unfortunately, 2 Cannon has like... There's some pretty powerful dissuaders of the 2 Cannon here. Like Scizor Bullet Punches will delete it. Fisk will obviously destroy it as well. Yeah, because you can always just force its energy and win. Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, two Cannon is super frail. So 2 Cannon is 1600 stat product, Murkrow is 15. So 2 Cannon is slightly bulkier. Yeah, that's just game. All right, game 1 going to Alejandro. Okay. Yeah, because people don't run Shadow Murkrow, but they do run Shadow 2 Cannon. Credilli. Credilli. Okay. Oh, we got Core of Guzzlord. And a ZZ winning charge attack priority. Who I got tonight? I think the Dodgers will win. Cause they're kind of the evil empire, right? I hope it will be the Blue Jays, but I have my doubts. Yo, what's up, Max? Welcome in. Like, I will be rooting for the Blue Jays, but the good guys don't often get to win in sports. Normally, it is the villains taking home the win. Slapdown for Alejandro goes pretty hard. You built a Shadow Tyranitar? Yeah, that's definitely like a Cupmon at best. Okay, it does go Gastro. This is still playable for Alejandro because Alejandro has so much Gastro energy in exchange for taking no damage. There's the pivot. So he looks to bank some energy, and out comes the Guzz. Well timed. Yeah, man, that game 7, I'm so confident the Pacers win that. If Halliburton's body doesn't become like string cheese. Halliburton was lighting them motherfuckers up. Like he was going off. He was chatting shit, and then his body just gave out on him. Tragic scenes. I heard they got Ohtani starting game 7 on very limited rest. Gotta say, regardless of what happens, it has been a pretty entertaining World Series. It has been a pretty entertaining World Series. He's bank, yeah. Hey, you're good, TV. Yeah, that's always the big worry after an injury like that, AJ. It's like, are they going to be able to get back to where they were? Could Garbodor ever be good? They'd have to give us some pretty crazy moves, but who knows? There's been some truly dreadful Mons that have received love before. He's just going to full sack it. Interesting. Oh, he never threw. Does he know it's just an air cutter? He does. He lets it go. He snipes. Alejandro just wins. Yeah, Alejandro just wins. This is over. He threw instantly. He didn't have to do that. He could have overfarmed more. Oh, that actually cost him. Oh, man. That cost him. He could have overfarmed very safely and won the... Oh! The sand attack! The sand attack! Yo, we went blurry for a second. Hello? That was so intense it blurred. Did one of them like freak out or something? Yeah. Why was it blurred? Yo, who watched this live? What happened? What happened? Now I want to know. Oh, gotcha, AJ. Oh, it was blurred during live as well, yeah. Yo, ZZ, lock in, man. Yeah, it was, like, if you overfarmed properly, it was a pretty straightforward game. Okay, game number 3. Oh my god, 2-cannon! No, it doesn't find its target! Leading into Scizor. Oh no. Look at 2-cannon getting deleted. Cap tying. Yeah, this is horrendous for 2-cannon. Oh no, the Night Slash boost! No! And ZZ won't have any indicators that boost happened unless he has game audio on. So, watch back ZZ's perspective here. Unless he has game audio on, he has no indicator that a boost happened. Because the camera never pivots back for a second like it does sometimes. So unless he has game sounds, he would have to look... Well, a Guzzlord beats Scizor. Guzzlord beats Scizor. Like, he will know off the bullet punch damage. But, yeah, that's really unfortunate. Because Guzzlord normally takes no damage, and it's actually going to get crushed here. Oh, God. And that's just game. And that's just game. As Alejandro, you always bring in Credilli here. There's never a reason to bring in anything other than Credilli. Yep, because then you're just up by a turn and the game's instantly over. Yeah, GG's. Oh, no. We missed the best part. Uh-oh, AJ, I'm worried. Dang. He brought the 2-cannon, and we have no choice but to respect him for his 2-can bring. God, that sucks. That sucks. Like, even without the boost, I think he loses anyway. Because he is very Credilliable in back. Some play with sound on, some do not. He gets a catch. He's really doing what he can. He's really doing what he can. But they're still just actively a shield. Huh? The phone disconnected from the internet, bro. The phone just DC'd from the internet. Like, he was losing anyway, but they have a separate Wi-Fi network. Although, wait, they're probably hardwired, aren't they? They're probably hardwired. How do you have that internet issue being hardwired, man? Yeah, the game was already over, but like, if you look at this, the spinny ball, it is an internet connection issue in that particular scenario. Jeez, man. Yo, Fareed versus Alfie. Yeah. EU used to have perfect... You know what's funny? EU had perfect tournaments. They switched to wired, and NA got way better on wired, and EU got worse. How did EU get worse with a wired connection? I don't understand. I don't understand. Wired connection helped NA. EU wires, Omega lol. Yo, that is the new copy pasta. That is the new copy pasta. EU wires, Omega lol. Yeah, that's how the fuck do I pin this? Yeah. There we go. Thank you, Marto. Yeah, the EU wires cooked him. Alfie is a trainer who burst onto the scene with a second place finish in Frankfurt. I've gotten to play them a couple times in Go Battle League since, and they're very, very good. I wasn't familiar with them off of name recognition, but they are an extremely good player. So this should be a great series. Yeah. The funny thing is, Exhibit is... EU on Wi-Fi had perfect tournaments, no lag, nothing. And now they get wired connection and it's worse. Well, they have separate networks for the tables and for the stage. So all the players aren't on the same network. Alfie has foregone Togekiss for Altaria. Yo, what's up, Satale? Welcome in. Yeah, Alfie, I was really impressed with his run. Ooh, getting aggressive. Tomahawk throws energy, which is great for Alfie. Catches on Credilli. Exactly, Exhibit. That's why we're so confused. That's why we're so confused. Like, it was always NA that had, like, cooked connection at tournaments. And now NA's connection is actually good. And chatters, did you know, incredibly cool information drop right here. There is a chance that at Vegas, we have a first ever play Pokemon battle between two world champions. I don't believe it's ever happened before, but we have a chance. We have a chance for the first ever matchup between two world champions, because reigning world champion Beelzeboy announced that he is attending the Las Vegas Regional Championships. Action will be there as well. And I've got to say, NA has to be really careful. NA already lost one regional to someone who was out of region, because obviously Steiner is from LATAM. They might lose another, because Beelzeboy is unbelievable. Oh, the bait call there from Alfie. That's nice. That's really nice. That's a sick call from Alfie. Can you ever DB down? I mean, it like Beelzebub is insanely good. Beelzebub is, oh, it's gonna be close. Oh, the dragon breaths. The dragon breaths. Alfie, Altaria, game 1 win. Oh my goodness. Beelzebub did announce that he is bringing Mew. He did announce that he is bringing Mew. And I think Mew is a bit of a troll pick, but he's already qualified for Worlds by winning, so he can just have fun with it. It should be able to show both screens. But unfortunately, the regionals logo in the middle is not something I add. Youngster Brian, that's funny. Oh, tough lead for Alfie. Floor into Dilly. Did Floor just start a turn behind? Okay. Floor just somehow started a turn behind, but got caught up. I don't know how that happened. It worked out, but it was very cooked. Someone please switch out the phone, something. I was told game state at this tournament was not the greatest, and we're starting to see that. Yeah, you're correct, San Diego. Yeah, did get an acid that landed at full power instead of at -1. Going for Grass Knot because it does more. Trailblaze is the harder hitting move. Yeah, left phone is struggling. Oh my goodness. Jelly snipes. But he just goes Corv and we go to a game 3, right? But he has to try and make the read. Yeah, he goes Corv. Okay, we're going to game 3. Oh, baby. All right, we can fast forward this. Charge it into Claude is a GG go next. There's not a human being alive who wins this game. Yeah. That is just an impossible scenario. Now, if you're Fareed, do you run Heinous ABA to Charja because you assume you've scared it off? Altaria. Greninja. Oh, alt. That's the lead. He did run ABA to Charja. The read. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, no! Oh, no. Oh, no. Claude's save switch is, like, incredibly good into Alfie's team, as long as Alfie didn't bring the Diggersby. Brisbane, I fell asleep as well, J Hodge, to be honest. But Alfie actually brought the Diggersby. Gets the debuff as well, yeah. So for Fareed, it's an understandable gamble, because if there isn't a Diggersby, Claude save switch is really, 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 really good. But it was brought. In comes Annihilate. This does a lot. And then Floor just farm for farm. I think it can exhibit, yeah. Yeah. They just take a game there. There is just no way out for Fareed here. Well, we had a pretty good game, and then we immediately had 2 really RPS ones, but that's okay. Yep, and he's just throwing right away. He might just call this out of desperation, basically. There's another Trailblaze. But yeah, that's just... That's tough. That's tough. In comes the ult. And it's just a 2-0 shield ult. Greninja with 2-0s might be able to pull off a miracle. But... yeah, it's just... Oh, I forgot. It is Garbodor raid day, isn't it? As you can tell by me streaming here, I did so many Garbodors. All of the Garbodors were raided by me. Yeah, I think Alfie just said I'm sorry, and they're both laughing about it. Ooh, Stone versus David. 2 great battlers. David, Stunfisk, Furret, Shadow Scizor, Altaria, Florges, and Corviknight. And we've already seen Stone's team with the Shadow Gyarados. Corviknight into the Florges. Okay. This is pretty okay for the Florges. Like, Florges doesn't mind this. And considering there's a... oh, Stone with the hard ABA strong to Furret. Because David might prioritize, like, trying to go for Furret farm. But Stone actually said just, Furret is banned in my household. Nice, in Trinity. I hope you had fun. I am pretty lucky that I already have a nice amount of dust from previous events. So this one, I was kind of able to pass up. Dude, left phone again. Left phone again. LAIC meta, I think it's an insanely good meta. I think it's an insanely good meta. Dude, please. The left phone is about to make me crash out, man. $900K dust in 3 hours. Dang, you popped off. Also got a hundo. Let's go. Oh no, he will go for it. Yep. He went for it because he was like, yo, it's free. But he said absolutely the fuck not. Oh, that's kind of a devious trap that Stone laid. Because if you look at it, the odds are really good for it being free in the back. But Stone intentionally ran really ABA strong into the Furret, and it pays off in a huge way for him. Final matchup is Stunfisk versus Stunfisk. David does put up a shield. He's going for Trailblaze again. Oh! He catches. It was a bait from Stone. So David sacrifices the boost, but he does get to waste some energy. Oh, that's a nice undercharge. Oh my goodness, and he gets 2 of his Fairy Winds back, so 40% of the energy gets right back. That's pretty sick. But the Fur being healthy is good, because David can now bring in the Stunfisk, and like half the clock has been burned. 50-50 chance at a debuff here. 50-50 chance Stone's life gets dramatically easier. Yo, let's go, Nene. Congratulations. The shield goes up for Stone. Did David lose a turn there? Oh, no, he didn't. The visuals just looked really weird. The visuals looked exceedingly cooked. I still think Stone should have this, but David's doing what he can. TV doesn't knock out from here. Stone knows it. But yeah, this is just over. Because he still has... He's one off a doze, I think. Oh, no, he threw the doze. He threw the doze. I forgot. But yeah. David's really trying to dance his way out of this. But holy shit. This is unfortunate. Timer counting down. Wait. Oh my god. He's gonna win on timer. He's gonna win on timer. No shot. No, that's a sick game. Holy shit, that's a sick game. That's such a sick game. I thought that was cooked so long ago. Oh my goodness. Dude, David is next level. He's next level. That perfect farm down on Fisk was just... You could not ask for a better series of events there. Wow. What a game. That looked cooked like 8 times. And David just said, nah, I got this. Holy shit, what a game. That's unreal. That's unreal. Okay. Florges, oh, into Gyarados. Gary wins zeros, but it's not a fun matchup. What does he have behind the Gary? I'm very curious. Tink and Furret. But yeah, TV plus the fairy winds don't knock out, and that's why Gary wins zeros. David's phone is dying. David's phone is fucking dying. Jesus, man. How did the wired connection make it worse? I don't understand. I don't understand. Being boosted here means that these chilling waters actually do, like, real damage. Dude, now it's the right phone. Now it's the right phone. I'm shaking my fucking head, man. He's at -2. He's lost so much health on this. Furret's gonna have to put in a shift for Stone. Furret's up energy and up a shield, and it's gonna need to be. I think Furret can get through the Altaria. I don't think he can get through the Stunfisk. David should have this. In some previous metas, Matt, we have had, like, games go to timer before. But it's definitely been a while. It was more so in, like when Mandy Claude was every team, it was a lot easier to get timeouts just because everything was so bulky and did such little damage. Who was it who ran Trent? Chansey a few tournaments back? Oh, that was Galactica Bolton. Yeah, Licky meta as well. And he got the cap tie there. Yo, what up, Alpha? EU connection sucks, says a Brit. Dang. Yeah, normally it's so good. Yeah, and Fisk is just ahead by too much. It outpaces. David! Cooking. Ooh, Colin versus Howie. Well, T-Vardy, I have great news for you about LAIC, which is in 2 weeks? 3 weeks? I think 3 weeks. I think it's in 3 weeks. There is a limited meta tournament coming up. And it's going to be sick. I'm going to be live all day Saturday, all day Sunday for it. Sorry, all day Friday, all day Saturday for it. What's poppin', Mr. Splice? Hello, hello. What's the meta? So LAIC is... Let me see if I can pull up the rules. Rankings, LAIC. Where's... I thought there was like a rules button. Where's the rules button? Where did the rules button go? Yo, they have rules for Halloween, but not for this one. Oh, tournament info? Okay. Okay. Limited types: Dragon, Flying, Ghost, Ice, and Psychic. Dark and Rock are prohibited. Legendary, Mythical, Ultra Beast, Shadow, Mega, and Primals are banned. A9, A/, A Shrew, Corviknight, G-Chorus, Jellicent, Kingdra, Lapras, Honedge, Doublade, and Aegislash are all banned. That is the meta. It is genuinely one of the best limited metas I've seen. It reminds me so much of, and this is going to age me, who remembers the old Ember meta? It was a factions meta in which it was like, people ran Minun for a while, but it was like the Charizard meta. Minun was used quite a bit. I'm trying to remember the other mons in that. But it was a sick meta. It was an extremely limited meta where basically there were a tiny amount of mons that were good, but that was a good thing because it all came down to who played those very limited mons better. And it was a sick meta because it all came down to just like outplaying people. I think those are some of my favorite metas. I think that's like the gold standard for a one tournament meta. Is like have a meta where there's almost no variety, but it's all about just playing weird stuff better. That meta is basically Dugong plus a Rangaroo, and then you pick a third. It can be Rune, it can be Matang, it can be a wide variety of things. Oh, Furret into Fort. There are 2 better answers to Fort, but just gonna bank the energy and pivot Claude. I like that. Furret energy is good into everything that's not named this, so. Yeah, Calamity's a pretty sick meta, Executor. The Stone Edge bait. Howie's thinking about it. Howie calls it. Bang. That's a nice call. Keep in mind, this is a debuffed Claude. I still think Shadow Punch won't knock out, though. Claude should hang on. Yeah, and Claude's going to live the Astonish, too, to make the Stone Edge. Yeah, that forces the Shadow Punch. But this can now set up, like, aggressive Fur Farm. And Howie can't leave. Yeah, bring in the Furret. Get that full farm down. Oh, my goodness. Colin's locked. Colin's locked. Emp time. He throws Sand Tomb to desync timers. Colin lets it go. I think the way out for Colin is going to be, if you can, he's going to need to knock out Howie's Furret with a Trailblaze and boost himself up, and then have like boosted Swifts into the fortress. I think this is actually doable. I think this is doable. Which is an insane statement, but I think it's doable. Oh, does he get farmed? Oh, he can't escape! He can't escape. He is going Trailblaze, so he knows what he has to do. If he like double Trailblazes into like a +2 Swift and fast moves, I think there's things that can happen here. I think there's things that can happen here. He goes for the Swift. He'll have to be really careful to avoid the Trailblaze catch. But I do think he probably wants to be +2 out of this. There's the switch. He switches before he can get +2. His energy management's going to have to be so good here. Because he does know that he loses cap. It's a boosted Swift. Does a lot. But won't set up the farm down. He's forced to throw again. I don't think he has enough residual energy to win this game. I think Howie should have him. Yeah, it'll be on cap. Oh, it's not. It's just short. He's just short. I mean, Howie wins cap anyway. Dang. He did what he could in that one. He did what he could. Howie's decision to switch the fort before it could get to +2 was a very, very intelligent play. Howie's a very, very, very good battler. And granted, we already know Colin's a very good battler too, but I want to give Howie his flowers here. That's a well-played game. Furret into Furret. We know Howie wins charge check priority here. Yo, what's up, Bueno? Welcome in. I think Spidops will be usable. Its typing holds it back a lot, but its moves are incredible. So he goes the Trailblaze route. Interesting. But it should be a playable Pokemon. And pre-moveset adjustment, it wasn't going to be a playable Pokemon. So that does bring me a little bit of joy. I like when Mons show up in the game and are usable instead of not being usable. It's Noir in the back. Ooh. The catch? Yeah. Yo, what up, AZ? Welcome in. But the issue is that Cordelia is still dead weight in the back because it's a fort. Like, it's still extremely dead weight. Yeah, the thing that I'm aware of about this tournament, I've been told there's a ZZ Stone matchup that I should just skip for my own sanity because apparently the phones die a bunch of games in a row. So I'm strongly considering just skipping that matchup. Because I have no desire to watch the phones die and then people not take steps to fix them. Ooh, Colin getting aggressive. Do we know where in the tournament that is? Oh, he snipes down the slam. Yeah, GG's. Howie to day 2. Well done, Howie. But yeah, Aaron, I'm not sure of the exact way to play the mirror. I imagine if you Trailblaze, you can guarantee force the 2s, but there also can be some detriments to having to force the 2s because your opponent can just play to shield advantage. I think in like the general consensus out of the competitors from day 1 is that people are not a fan of this show 6 meta. So hopefully Spidops will be a bit of an adjustment that people were looking for. All right, Wigglytuff, Shadow Talon, Corviknight, Satale. Hello? Gastrodon and Corsola. Chatters. There's a Satale on my screen. There is a Satale on my screen. Yeah. AJ should be popping off. An actual ice type in the year of our Lord 2025. And Corviknight, regular Gator, Ball Knower, Corsola, Clodsire, Cradilly, Pangoro. You can best buddy a Pokemon in Show 6, yes, but you have to list on the team sheet that it's best buddied. Yeah, Harsh, I would keep it at a low level because you can always power it up after the bottle cap is done. The interesting thing that we're seeing is we're not seeing a lot of slappers. We're not seeing a lot of slappers. Shadow Talon. Oh, baby. Wait. Did we miss a game? Apparently, we missed a game somehow. My fault. Okay. Here we go. No! It's the leads we just saw. Okay, Gator time. It showed one for a sec, so I was like, oh shit, did we miss one? But no, it's just the same thing. I don't know, man. I didn't get enough sleep last night. I'm seeing things. I think people are just realizing that other ground, because people really prepare for the slappers. Other ground types can potentially be more of a core breaker. And this is where regular Gator is sick, because look at this survivability, man. Regular Gator just bullying this Wigglytuff. He's going to double shield and farm down, but this will set up the Cradilly endgame quite nicely. Wiggles exits up a ton of energy. It's always going to be the Corv. Because Corv is dead weight into the Talonflame, so this is what you use to absorb this energy. He looks at the crowd, he's like, oh, come on, man. He doesn't yet know that his Cradilly's cooking. Oh, the aggressive pivot, saving the Wiggly. I do think this is a good play for Mixon. I think if his clock was up, saving that Icy Wind would have been better, but... Yeah, and Nita's 4 in the move, so that way the second Incinerate doesn't land. Like, he kind of had to do this. In comes Satale. Satale getting outpaced. Oh no, Satale! Yo, the shiny is sick, though. The shiny is sick. Big fan. Big fan of the shiny. Yo, Mixon's phone is kind of dying, but he hasn't, like, he keeps losing one turn, but then not getting punished as a result. Do you just save this? Oh, he wasn't able to save it. Kind of had to hope to save it, but even if he saved it, like, there wasn't a way out. Like, everything was too low. He was in a spot, well... If he keeps Switch, if he keeps thinking back on it, if he keeps Switch, I think I still think Bar wins. I still think Bar wins. I still think Bar wins. Gator pivot is just insane into this team. So he just runs it back, and he's going to run back the Gator again. Yeah, Shundo Satale's a flex. That's a pretty cool flex. But I do like the run back from Bar, just saying, like, I genuinely just do not believe that you can beat this line. Because it's just so good. But we do see an adjustment. It's Corv in the back now. Has to throw. Does Bar decide to play for the 1-0s or the 2-1s? He's going to play the 2-1s. I don't like waiting the timer here from Bar. Because that allows Wiggles to potentially bank a move and escape. It's not going to, but it opens the door to it. Because you would rather have the energy land here than on the dilly, so. Exactly, Sumac, yeah. Like, a game is so much more than just a lead matchup. And that's it's a very important thing for people to realize that. He will get the Swift. Oh, he does it. The sand attack snipes him down. He's boosted, so he's back to 0. He pivots into the dilly. This desync in timers can be nice for Bar, for sure. Does he just leave now? Yeah. He doesn't want to desync it too much. Let me rewind by like 10 seconds here. Okay. Okay, that is 1 damage per sand attack. Yeah, he tanks that Rock Tomb very, very comfortably. So that's more bulk oriented. Because if you do run like a higher attack, you can get 2 damage per sand attack. But his Corp was not getting it into this Credilli. Bar's clock should be up now. Stays. Okay. Ooh, gets a catch. And this is debuffed. That's actually a sick catch. That's actually a sick catch. He undercharges because he wants 2 Ensigns. Oh, he lets it go. He's getting boomed. He barely hangs on, not by much. And then Dilly gets a few assets here, which is nice. Dilly should get 1 more. It would love 2 more. Okay, gets 1 more. Yo, what's up, MA? We're watching the Gdansk regional. And now this Rock Tomb puts him outside of Air Cutter range and it seals it. Yeah, that catch was wicked. So even if he gets the Air Cutter, it just doesn't knock out. And he doesn't get it. His phone was stuttering at the end, but like Air Cutter doesn't knock out there at -1. It's a very, very weak move. Okay. Okay, Meech versus Palasha. Meech running Shadow Scizor, Marowak, Charjabug, Blastoise. I think that's like a Galarian Moltres? Yeah, Galarian Moltres. Squinting at my screen because that sprite is so dark. And Credilli. And Paola. Ooh, Shadow Gary. Oh, that's awesome, Alpha. When is Birmingham? Any interesting move stats? Looks like standard. Paola. Yo, Shadow Gary is a sick pick. I will be rooting for Paola here because Shadow Gary is based as hell. Fort into Charjabug. Okay, this is fine as Fort. Let's take a peek in the back. Stunfisk really, really good in the back. Charge lens. Okay. Go for the Rock Tomb. Like, as Charger, you get, like, this does a lot. Yeah, barely surviving. Bug Bite doesn't knock out. Paola shaking her head. Discharge Science. It was DRE, so that's what Paola was frustrated by. I was going to say, do you go for, like, an insane Scizor farm? But no. Go Go for the Moltres farm. Unfortunately, Moltres is just going to get fisked here. Go for Brave Bird. And Scizor into Furret is fine enough. Paula will unfortunately always get one turn here. Otherwise, like, queuing a 0 into the Furret would be kind of nuts. But she can't do that. Yeah. This desyncs the timers, but I purely like it off of a you get 0 turn from this charge stack. Oh, she's actually going to stay. Interesting. Oh, because she outpaces. Yo, okay. I didn't see the vision for a sec. I immediately saw the vision afterwards. Yeah, that's kind of a nice outpace. They just bring in Furret to absorb energy. Do you ever do... Yeah. Well, this is winter semifinals, Zeus. So they had to fight their way up to here. This surrenders huge farm to Molt, but it shouldn't matter too much because Fisk should just be able to farm down and win the game because Paula has shields to hide behind. That Swift not doing a lot is actually really nice. Like, as Molt, do you consider... I guess you need all the sucker punches you can get, but this just feeds Paula the move to win the game. Yeah, GG. No Shadow Gary, unfortunately, but against a Charjabug team, I can't falter for saying maybe not Gyarados' day into a Volt Switcher. And a Blastoise. Credilli, Stunfisk. Bad lead for Paula. Meech ran triple weak to Fort. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a really slow switch. She's just getting outpaced now by the Fort. And that right there is where the slow switch really burns her. Because it's 17 turns to the move on Fort. And for Molt, it's only 14. But by staying in as long as she did, she now put herself behind the 8 ball where it's like, it's a very uncomfortable situation. Paula's more than happy just to let this go. Because it is debuffed. It won't knock out. And this can force all of the energy. If Paula wants to press the issue, she can shield. But I kind of like letting it go. Because baiting out the Molt sets up Furret really nicely. And this farm does actually go places. So far, 2 exceedingly well strategized games by Palasha. Look at a snipe with the Furret. Nice. Up energy too. Yeah. Do you ever... Yeah. I was going to say, do you ever consider the Trailblaze? But I don't think you have to. Yeah, Meech just lets it go. But this is tough for the Scizor. Scizor takes a lot here. Because the one thing you can't shield are those sucker punches. If Paula can farm down at 5, that'd be great. If she can't, then she can just do 4 and a Swift. Meech lagged by a turn. She caught back up. 1 HP survived from Meech. The shield comes up. But now Furret just gets the Trailblaze immediately into the Dilly. And there's a decent amount of energy stored on the Stunfisk as well. So Furret will be able to make life very uncomfortable. Do you catch the Rock Tomb ever? Ooh. Grass Knotted to cover for it. Grass Knotted to cover for it. I think the Stunfisk might be in Grass Knot range. I was thinking the whole time it was outside of Grass Knot range, but I think it's actually going to be in Grass Knot range. Yeah, it's just too low. It's just too low. I thought for a second there was a chance, but then there wasn't. That 1 HP survive, unfortunately, for Paula. Yeah, that's as close as it can get. Because if she gets the farm down and doesn't have to burn the shield, she wins. But unfortunately, she had to burn the shield, and it cost her. Oh, Furret and a Moltres. Fortress. And it's with the Marowak. I believe after Sand Tomb, you get a Bug Bite Breakpoint. Say that 5 times fast. So watch the Bug Bite damage. It should ramp up quite... Yes! Look at that. Look at that difference in damage right there. That is why throwing Sand Tomb in this matchup can be nice. Bone Club does not knock out here. This is a guaranteed survive from the fort. So fort can get another unless that is thrown, which it is. This is going to be a tricky game. Furret really needs 6 to KO here. Oh, they do. They just do. My goodness. So this is where the mythical Stunfisk wins the 2s against Credilli will be put to the test. It will be put to the test. The ancient scrolls have foretold that Stunfisk wins the 2s against Credilli. A full send and a shield is a really good swing for Paola, because you don't want to have a Rock Tomb shielded. So that helps. Yo, what's up, Alpha? I am good on content for the rest of the week. I very much appreciate the offer, though. 300 elo climb is sick, though. Congrats, man. Locked in. There is a move banked on the... There is a move banked on the Furret. Oh! Caught onto the Moltres, but by giving up Switch, this just loses the game, no? This just loses the game. Because a Brave Bird doesn't knock out here. There's no shot it knocks out. Absolutely not a prayer of a hope that Brave Bird knocks out here. Yeah. So for this particular week, I don't know what next week is. For this particular week, I am good on battle submissions. What is next week? Next week is Ultra and Jungle. So I will be accepting submissions for Ultra and Jungle, but for this particular week, I am full on submissions where I am already over capacity, where I'm, I accidentally scrolled down. My fault. I had dropped something and it hit a key and it made it go down. My fault, my fault. Yeah, it looks like next week is Ultra and Jungle Cup. And then it's all 3 leagues, and then it's Mega Masters and LAIC meta. So Paola today too. Nickname versus Tenante. Ooh. Nickname got the Zwilus. Tenante rocking Malamar and Polion. I'm not familiar with Tenante. Let me Draco visit them real quick. Tenante. They've been top 50 worldwide. They've done pretty well each of the past few seasons. Looks like this is their first tournament. But they have made like top 100, top 50 in the world. So they should be a very good player. And Polion into Corsola. Nicknamed the hometown hero because he's playing in his city. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Thank you for that little bit of lore we got there. So Dracoviz is a community-run website where they have all they have basically a database where you can look up players and see any previous leaderboard placements they've had and any play Pokemon placements that they've had. Ooh, gets to save the Empoleon, gets a catch onto Credilli. So I can show, hold on, let me pull up Dracoviz. For me, Home Slice Henry. We have the fact that I've hit 3,500, hit rank 1 in the world, top 5, top 10, top 50. And then I can go through and see, like in season 23, I spent 60 days on the leaderboard. In season 22, I spent 60 days on the leaderboard. Season 21, 57. Season 20, 45. Stuff like that. So anyone who has made boards, and they update it after the season. So none of this season's boards info is on there. But once the season is over, then they update it at the end of the season. So it is available for anyone who's ever competed in a Play Pokemon tournament or who has made the leaderboard. So they scrape the data from Play Pokemon tournaments and from previous boards placements. And it is entirely community run and like community funded too. It is called Dracoviz.com. Oh, tried for the snipe. Didn't get it. And now he just gets to eat a Dark Pulse. Oh, he tries for the snipe. Emp lives on 1. Emp lives on 1. Dang. Dang. That's unfortunate for nickname. Malatime. Insane Psywave down for the boys. He's doing it. He's doing it. Insane Psywave down for the boys. He gets it. Exits up a lot of energy. Where can he take it? In comes this Wireless. Just to force some energy. It's going to be Core versus the world. Now the question is, how much energy is there on the Dilly? He superpowers for max damage because it does hit harder. It's to go Dilly. Oh, it's dry. Does have a shield though. Having a shield is helpful here. Oh. He calls that he's going to call the air cutter. He full sends. Oh no! Disaster for nickname! He tried to sneak it past the shield. It doesn't work out. The Rock Tomb lands. And that's going to finish him. Volt Switch Fortress, Fury Cutter Goalie, and Azu. Ooh, that sounds like a fun team. What a close game. Oh my goodness. But that pivotal moment of the match, he full sent, anticipating he'd try and call. But Tenante got the call right. Yeah, it does all come down to that call. Exactly right, San Diego. We got lock-ins. Game number 2, winner semifinals. Empoleon into the Corsola once again. So nickname just running it back. Tenante running it back with a twist. There's still the Malamar in the back, but Credilli has been benched in favor of Altaria. Altaria would absolutely love nothing more than to see that Corviknight. Immediate Nightshade from the Corsola. Even faster No Shield from the Empoleon. Empoleon very close to the back-to-back Hydro Cannons. Going to launch Hydro Cannon number 1 here. Nickname has to decide. Does he want to invest Protect Shields into the Corsola? He says no. Hydro Cannon is going to land. Second Hydro Cannon. Looks like if it doesn't knock out, it could put it in 1 Metal Sound range. So now Nickname has to decide. Does he want Switch Advantage? He does. The shield comes up. And there's the aggressive pivot. In comes Shadow Malamar. Malamar going to be answered with the Corviknight. And this is a matchup where Malamar, up a shield, up energy, will make Corviknight's life very, very difficult. Corviknight farms up past the payback. Looks like he may have clicked on the air cutter. We'll have to see if that did register. Foul play. No shielded it. That's going to land. It is going to be a charge tech priority tie. He did go for the air cutter bait. And Tenante with the bait call. Stone cold. Instant bait call. And what a read by Tenante. But there is the air cutter boost from Nickname. Nickname now in a position where this air cutter could threaten the KO. That's going to force a protect shield out of the Malamar. Another boost from Nickname, but it's just not going to matter. Tenante going to guarantee the knockout with the harder hitting superpower. Still only one protect shield for Nickname to hide behind. He's not going to use it here. And down goes Corviknight. In comes Zilus, immediately answered with Altaria. And this is not where you want to be as the Zilus. Altaria is just so bulky. Even if you're able to land the Dark Pulse, it does not do a meaningful amount of damage. This is a scenario where Altaria can reign supreme. Because Altaria, it just tanks that so comfortably. And look at the Dragon Breaths. The Dragon Breaths not doing much of anything. Sky Attack shielded up by the Zilus. Zilus so desperately needs a farm down, but it's just not going to happen. I've played this matchup out. Altaria is just too bulky. There's the body slam. Nickname trying to stall the timer. Tenante will put up the shield. Clock is up. In comes Corsola, and it just gets outpaced by the narrowest of margins. No Nightshade. It's going to be the Sky Attack connecting onto Corsola, and Corsola will get KO'd. Back in comes the Zilus, going to be met with the Shadow Malamar, and Tenante, his first ever tournament, putting on a show. Foul play, going to be getting Zilus deep into the red HP. He sidewaves down, and Tenante is on to day number 2 in GDANSK. Man, that was a very fun series. The fist pump from Tenante, a very well played series. My goodness. All right, who do we have next? Stone Collection versus RGR. RGR, an incredible Swedish battler. He is rocking Pangoro, Shadow Talonflame, Shadow Marowak, Azumarill, Corsola, and Tinkaton. For Stone Collection, we've seen Shadow Gyarados. Shadow Gyarados already made day 2 with Palasha. Can it make day 2 again? A spot in day 2 is not on the line here, but I believe from here, it would then move to loser semis. Furret into Talonflame. This matchup is always quite uncomfortable because Shadow Talonflame takes so much damage from these sucker punches. It's Azumarill and Corsola in the back. So for RGR, this is absolutely where he wants to see the Furret. Because Furret, pretty big problem for the backline. For Stone Collection, there is the Stunfisk, which would obviously love to see the Talonflame, but there's the Corviknight that would not. I believe so, Aaron. It does seem pretty familiar. When am I next commentating? Unfortunately, AZ, I'm not allowed to say when I'm next commentating. They don't let us reveal that information publicly. But when the information is no longer under embargo, I can let people know. What I will say is, I will be casting regionals in the second half of the season. I cannot say which, but I will be. And Stone will be able to win switch advantage. This will set up Azumarill to get a bubble farm down. Ooh, the Swift. Yeah, I can't even see the health bar there. At Sevilla Regional. They will not be sending me across the pond. That I can confirm. I'll be doing some stateside regionals. But yeah, the good news is, for me, who, okay, gets to catch on to Corv, this reveals the whole line, though, to RGR. I think RGR is inclined to stay in. I think RGR is just inclined to stay in. What I can say is, it has already been decided which regionals that I'm doing. So, yeah, Superhero, some of them have like, teams that have sponsors. So I can say that I will not be in Las Vegas. I can confirm that publicly. I will not be in Las Vegas. For the events that I am commentating, I do get paid to commentate. Yes, Zeus, that's correct. But yeah, as someone who is not a massive fan of planes just in general, oh, that's a cool snipe from Stone. What about the ones that are not announced yet? Do you know about those? I do, yes. I know the locations and I know if I am casting them. But that's another thing that every time they ask about our availability and they say that, they're like, hey, if you mention this, we are going to be fucking beating that ass. In obviously legalese, if you talk about it. Whatever the legalese is, for snitches get stitches. Yeah. I like being on the ground with both my feet on the soil, man. For the exact same reason. Oh, does he just cap tie the air cutter? Oh! Oh, that's such a good play from Stone. Oh my goodness. Sensational. That is so well played. That's so well played. Oh my, that dog. That just ended him. That just ended him. Oh, that was sensational. RGR threw there because if he overfarms more, he outpaces to the payback. And if he throws there, it keeps him out of mud bomb range. But he cap ties an air cutter, which loses him the game if RGR goes for the farm down. But he knew that's when RGR had to throw. God, that was incredibly well played by Stone. Oh my God, that was magnificent. That was magnificent. It's honestly not hard at all, Zeus. It's not hard at all. Yeah, exactly, Pokey Daddy, yeah. 2 men in all black suits to pay, exactly, yep. I don't think I'm NDA'd about that, but, what I will say is we get paid a day rate, and they obviously fly us out and put us up in hotels. We aren't, like, we fly out, like, I don't, now, here's the thing. Chat roasted me for this. I don't fly on planes, man. If I have to go places that, like, my parents, I just drive a bunch of hours in the car to see them. If I want to go see my sister and her kid, I'll just get in a car and drive a bunch of hours. So chat was roasting me because I don't know what it's called, because I know what like, I don't know, like, they just throw me in the back of a plane somewhere and I fly there. Chat was roasting me for not knowing what it was called. And they were like, yo, Henry, you're so bougie. No, it's actually the opposite. I just don't be on planes, man. I don't know what, like, being a normal person on a plane is called. Because I just do that. I don't know what it's called, man. I just know that if there's a boarding group 7, I'm in boarding group 7. Like, economy class, okay, economy class. I just don't, like, the only time I'm on planes is to go to regionals. Yeah. All I know is I am a boarding group 7 staple. I will always be boarding group 7. Without fail. Oh, he's going to try for the play rough. Oh, he gets the play rough. But realistically, I don't need anything fancy. I spend the whole flight going through flashcards of stuff I want to remember for broadcast. So I don't need to be in, like, a life of luxury, man. I just need a chair. Like, I don't like planes no matter what. So what's it called? Someone in Twitch chat said it was called economy class. I'm just not on planes enough. I'm not a person who travels on planes. Like, normally, I only do 2 regionals a year. So doing more than 2 regionals a year is very exciting. Do you have a freaking flyer account? I should, QuickRAR, but I don't, because I only did 2 regionals a year. Now that I'm doing more regionals, and I'm not spoiling anything by saying that, because I already did 2, and I said I have more. So I've never done more than 2 regionals in a season, so it didn't really feel worth it, but now it might actually be worth it. Dang, Stone with his cap ties. Yeah. I once drove 2 hours to buy a lawnmower, chat. Drives are nothing to me. Drives are nothing to me. I will drive for hours. I don't care. Yeah. And I'm 6'2". I'm 6'2". So I just like, and I know the tall people in chat can relate. Do you ever like in planes? Okay. Okay, here we go. ZZ versus Kaye. I just like contort myself like one of those like stick bug things. Like I just kind of like fold my limbs like a praying mantis, and then I can fit in the plane seat. So like YouTube and streaming is my full-time job, Jeroen, yes. Commentating is something I do on the side. I can never sleep on planes, which is unfortunate, but yo, it is toucan time. I was an insurance analyst beforehand. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, Dilly is, like, illegally free here. Dilly is like, criminally free. Yeah, like, I started in insurance sales and then worked my way up to, like, working as an analyst. But I will say I was very happy to exit sales as quickly as I did, because unsurprisingly from someone who like talks a lot in what I do, I have a gift for sales, but I did not like the fact that a lot of the times in sales you are not playing to your customer's best interest. And that didn't sit right with me. I didn't like that. Like, I don't want my influence on the world to be a net negative. Oh, that farm down failing on 1 HP is really unfortunate. And I felt like I was overall contributing a net negative to the world in that job. As an analyst, I didn't feel that anymore, which was nice, but it was definitely like it's... Oh, and now he gets the sludge bomb for like actually pretty good damage. I never sold steaks, Pokey Daddy, but I never sold steaks. But yeah, Claude is also wicked here. Like Claude shields down is just unbeatable. So yeah, now I stream and I yap and I make videos. But yeah, out of college, I have a degree in mathematics, which, as weird as it sounds, does help a little bit in my current job. Just because, obviously, Go PvP is a very math-intensive game. Obviously, it is not in the way that I was expecting. Wait, what happened there? They both did one? Does Claude win cap over Steelix? Steelix is supposed to win that cap tie. Huh? They both did one. What the fuck? Like... Yo, what's up, Jay Wins? Welcome in. Started insurance claims, now you're a senior learning advisor. Yo, that's awesome. Like, I think it's probably cooked anyway, but that's just unfortunate that the game was being weird. Yeah, and there's just an agonizing Dragon Tail down to the point where even a Brutal Swing will knock out. That's tough. This is like a pretty impossible matchup. Oh, this time he stays. That's actually cool tech from ZZ, because that covers for, like, trying to predict it and then, like, bringing it for it instantly. Because that is a legit counterplay in that scenario. But yeah, I think the Talon's too far behind already. Yeah, and he just knows it. He just knows it. He just knows it. He's too far behind. Damn. Yeah. ZZ knows his outs. And he knows that he just has very safe things he can do in this matchup. Banking 100 energy. Thought about doing one bubble and switching. Yeah, that makes sense. It is like a really awkward mind game. Another sludge. This doesn't knock out, but it removes basically its entire remaining health bar. Like, it'll be deep, deep into the red at this point. There's the switch. Ice beam. Clock will be up. You just Talon here. He goes fly. I think he played his way out. If he did he play his way out? I think he played his way out. Oh, that Incinerate shouldn't have landed. Guz still probably finds a way to bullshit its way to win, doesn't it? Yeah, Guz probably just bullshits his way to a win. God damn. Even with saving all that energy, it wasn't enough. Holy shit. That's just diabolical. That's just diabolical. And he throws on alignment too, because I guarantee he was going to do 4 in a catch. But yeah, he's just too low. And Azu is fully dry. He thought about no shield in that. That's funny. Yeah. He made it closer than it had any right to be. Yeah. We like the sportsmanship there. We like the sportsmanship. That was like just an impossible matchup. Okay, Tomahawk versus Firin' Sid. I think Incinerate is generally preferred over Peck. But what Peck does is it allows it to, if Incinerate ever gets nerfed in the future, it's going to have a viable fast move. Yo, it's a Mario. Welcome in. Ooh, Blastoise. Into Annihilate. Oh, that's not what Firin' Sid was hoping for. Charizard in the back. Yo, what's up, Grungy? Welcome in. The Obama Snow in the back, too. I think from Shadow, Rage Fist plus 4 more counters does knock you out. It'll be really close. It'll be really close. Oh my goodness. Blastoise IV check? Can we please get a Blastoise IV check? There, I would have assumed he would hot swap this Zard. Because if you're losing Switch anyway, you may as well get up energy. Yeah, there's less Credilli and less Mud Slap. Okay, they cap tie. No boost. It's another scenario where if a boost happened, he would have had to rely off the audio cues because there isn't a visual cue. Powder Snow over Leafage. Powder Snow, I imagine, gives you like better Dragon, better anti-flyer matchups. But I think it's very Team Cup dependent. Oh no, he got sniped! He got sniped. And this is out of air cutter range. So he just forces the shield, and then Claude lives a blast burn. Yeah, the boost does have an audio cue. It's like boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, so you can blast burn and knock this out. But Claude just lives a blast burn. Yeah. It's unfortunate because if it's like, it's a 50-50 of like Dilly and Claude live here, Corv and Wiggles don't. Yeah, Air Cutter is better than D-Claw. Yeah, D-Claw is too expensive for Charizard. I have a 6 Shadow Charizard video dropping tomorrow. Greninja Blastoise. This matchup is really rough as Ninja because your Night Slashes do no damage. Like, this is such an unfun matchup. Oh, tries for the Skull Bash catch. He gave him a huge energy head start, though. So he banked 100, but he's so far ahead on the Ape that I don't think Corsola gets his farm down. I think Corsola has to throw. It does. If he shields Fire Instant, is to shield back. Now he doesn't. Now he doesn't. Now he doesn't. Because the Astonish landed. Oh, interesting that he did shield. Out comes the Greninja. Ooh! Skull Bash catch! Skull Bash catch! Yo, what's up, Torton? Hey, on the bright side, it does mean that it's a little bit easier to read some of the comps. But yeah, like, between Axon and I, we do have a pretty significant influence on the meta. Just because we play the game at a very high level. Interesting that he... Oh, this ninja's loaded. 1 Powder Snow and a switch. Ah, he didn't go for it. Fareed's like, please boost. I think Ninja pulls this off just because Ninja has 8 moves. Ninja has 8 moves. That's fair. I have a... It's a team created by former world champion Emmy Weedle that I'll be showing tomorrow. And the teams work so well for me. Yo, what's up, Jer? Oh, there's energy on Corsola? Oh, if there's energy on Corsola, then I just forgot. Okay. There was energy on Corsola, you're right. I'm tired and forgot. That's a good catch, Mahesh. That's a good catch. Oh, the boost! Yeah, he asked him, yo, is that a power gem? Oh, man. As close as it can get. As close as it can get. Yo, Kazim, let's go. Yeah, that was a sick undercharge. That was a sick undercharge. All right, chat. I'm going to run to the restroom. Oh. I need that to be attached. Okay, we're back. I need to run to the restroom. So, oh, we're not back. Oh, that's not good. I'll have to get a new pop filter. I accidentally broke mine. Oh. That's a little bit unfortunate. Oh, that's a little tragic. A pop filter broke. I'll have to get a new one. Does the audio sound like crazy different without it? I'm now just curious. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run to the restroom because I've been live for like 3 hours. So I'll be back in like 60 seconds. Sounds similar? Okay, gotcha. All right, so give me like 60 seconds. I'm gonna run to the restroom and then we'll come back and we'll finish this. All right, see you shortly. Okay, we're back. Okay. We've got, DB Zard. And, Power Whip, Thunder Punch, Gudra. Kazim. Run us some cool stuff. Let's go, dude. Heck yes. Yo, what's up, Disgusted Out? Welcome in. Yo, that's a sick moveset. That's a sick moveset. Now I gotta figure out how to detach the part of the pop filter that broke off. I guess that can be a post-stream activity, right? Okay, we got lock-ins. Kazim vs. Donna. Game number 1. Murkrow. Oh, no. Into the Corsola. That's not what you're hoping to see. And he's Panda in the back. He's ABA. Stunfisk is going to be annoyingly neutral here. Oh, he waits the turn and baits. Puts up the shield. Now is this the pivot? Yeah. Shield comes up. Ooh, in comes Stunfisk. Power Whip, I imagine, will help a little bit here. Yo, his game is struggling. Man! How is it so rough? I need to understand. Drill Peck does do more neutrally, yeah. Dang, Whip absolutely claps that thing. Holy shit. He just sacks it. Zard and the Crow are still going to be a big problem, though. Yeah, he'll reach air cutter when he gets Night Slash. Because the one-turn switch. Let's it go. This is going to hurt. Ooh, the survive. No boost from a Panda. I didn't know that was possible. I didn't know that was possible. And he just takes the knockout. And yeah, Kazim knows he's in trouble. In comes the Crow, and Crow's just going to farm all the way down and win the game. Dang. Dang. He'll be able to pivot out here. But it's too late because there's a double up. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's kind of a weird comp for sure. Like, it a bit limits what Kazim can run. Okay, ooh, Goodra to Diggersby. Okay. I was a Plague Doctor, Mahi Man. So an XAB style team is like, if you've seen the like Mightyena, Gastro Dedenne type vibes where you run a lead where the goal is you're trying to sell out to win the lead. And then you have a core in the back that's strong in alignment. So you're the vast majority of the time, if it's like a neutral-ish lead, you want to try and make a play for alignment because your backline will do best with alignment. Yo, Power Whip popping off right now for Kazim. Shield goes up. Can he quick attack it into Fire Punch range? He's gonna full send. Yo, Wicked Nutty Panda Farm. Could be pretty nice. He does get the sands. That's unfortunate for Kazim. He lets it go. Takes a lot of damage. If he brings in the Murkrow, he has to shield. If he brings in the Fisk, he doesn't. He doesn't throw. Interesting. Gets the energy head start on the Claude. This will be a bit of a weird end game. So the charge attacks needed is any one move from either of Kazim's Mons should be able to just nuke the Crow into orbit. Stunfisk always survives any one move, EQ or CC. So Stunfisk needs 2 moves. So it'll come down to Kazim being able to get the damage onto the Fisk. The Fisk is getting closer to Night Slash range, which is good for Kazim. Because Kazim wants things in Night Slash range. So that way he doesn't have to debuff himself and then get pecked down. But getting pecked down is always a worry. He's going to full send. Stunfisk lets it go, and the game ends. Because he can always just get the Stone Edge. Yeah. He kept ties. This move does not knock out. Claude can live it from the south range. So he doesn't have to shield it if he doesn't want to. And he is going to let that go because it does not knock out. And now this is just over. And yeah, they know. Because it's either Stone Edge or it's close combat. Dealer's choice. You get to pick. Choose your own adventure. But yeah, Whip Gudra is unfathomably based. Holy shit, that's very cool. That's incredibly cool. That has been jailed, yeah. Had some friends over last night. Yo, what's the tutorial? Sus Gudra moveset? Yeah, it is Whip Punch. Whip has actually been cooking so far for him. Whip actually did like real damage. So Whip has unironically been good in the games that he played. At least in this set. Okay. Murkrow into Claude. Murkrow doesn't do a lot of damage here, but it can really exploit Claude's slow pacing. Oh! He wanted that catch. He didn't get it. But this Murkrow energy could get really annoying. Oh, interesting. So he rebanks some energy. Goes here. He would love nothing more than just to tank 2 and farm all the way down. That's like his best case scenario. He's just farming all the way down. I don't think he gets it. He doesn't get it. And he knows he doesn't get it, so he has to Thunder Punch. That's unfortunate. He really would have liked to get that. Oh, it lived! Okay, that is the first time the Susgudra moveset is backfired. Fuck. And he just aggro switches? Yeah. Snipes. That is the first time it's backfired. I think he threw that on alignment too, so if he did one more DB, he would have been fine. He saves the TP. Donna keeps throwing foul play neutrally. Drill Peck does do more. I mean, it's not going to matter massively because if he wants to, he can just sweep everything with the Crow. Or sweep everything with the Zard. It's a dealer's choice on which bird will take a life. Oh, covering catch. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, yeah. Covering for a Corvi catch. That makes sense. Call Zard a bird one more time. It is wings. It has wings, trainer. He's CMP sacks, but yeah, obviously Gudra loses that cap tie. Yeah. Oh, God. For our own sanity and well-being. For our own sanity and well-being. We are skipping the hellscape that was ZZ versus Stone. The phones were having insane... They just weren't connecting to the internet. And they just kept lagging out of game after game. And I think that we'll just move on to series where the phones were connected to the internet instead of not being connected to the internet. That's my plan. So, loser semis for trip to day 2. Fareed versus Donna. I actually don't know that, Iva. 100.96 defense in PvP. Does it get rounded at all in calculations, or like to what decimal point do they take it? They don't use their own phones now. Okay, Stunfisk into Ape. Yeah, I actually don't know what the rounding is. Oh, Fort and back, you're always worried. Like, you kind of have to get aggressive and go Zard because you don't want to give the farm down, but like then you have an Ape on the loose. Whereas Ape getting this farm down is like hell. Unfun. I think Fareed day 2 last tournament that he played in, I think. Oh, so he goes Fort to Soak and then we'll go Zard. Okay. It's another DB'er. Yeah. The show 6 people have been liking DB Zard. I like Ember better for GBL, but for the show 6 meta, it seems like DB is well positioned. Because you get a little bit of that farm ability that you don't have with Ember. I have one of each, Alpha. So I have a Ember one and I have a DB one. The Ember one is Shiny Shadow and really bad IVs, so I like win cap ties a bunch. Oh goodness. Does he call the bait? He's thinking about it. He shields! Oh no! He goes Annihilate. Oh, he gets sniped by the counter. Oh man. And then Wiggly's just gonna win this. Because Fort, if it's down health, loses to Wiggly. Yeah, down health, down energy, it's reps. Yikes. Recommended moveset on Murkrow is Peck, Drill Peck, and Foul Play. Yo, I got the little piece that broke off the pop filter. I successfully detached it. We're so back. Yeah. He gets the Sand Tomb, but this isn't enough. I will eat a shoe if this KOs. Live on stream, there will be shoe consumption. Yeah, it's just not enough. Yeah, Ape is really unfun for Donna's comp. He wins if he Sand Tombs first, though. If he does that, I don't think he would have survived the Wiggles moves, though, right? Because he only made the Sand Tomb because he Rock Tombed, and then by lowering the attack, he was able to survive and get there. Because I don't think he gets to Sand Tomb into Rock Tomb, because by Rock Tombing, he made himself bulkier. Unless I'm just misseeing shit, which is possible. I've been live for several hours, so I'm a little cooked. Stunfisk and a Ninja. I think Ninja always wins 2s. Straight Hydro Cannon. Yeah. No shielding is like the closest thing to getting an advantage Donna can do here. The cap tie. This is brutal. That Greninja's healthy, and there's no way Farid doesn't pivot. Yeah. There's no way Farid doesn't pivot. Because he's able to correctly read that, like, if it's a Stunfisk lead, it won't be the Diggersby in the back. Just because that would be like, that'd be really uncomfortable into the Credilli. So he pivots, but now, like, that's just a really healthy Ninja. He tried to switch there, but the Bug Bite hadn't registered, which is an insane thing. You should always be able to get 0 there, but he got 1. Because a 1-turn move hadn't registered. There's the switch in. I actually don't know the damage ranges here. This being DB helps Donna so much. Okay, he can shield. Yeah. Oh, the boost! That was a big water shuriken. That's a big water shuriken. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Air Cutter lands, takes the knockout. This is doable. Zard should win this every time. Brings in the Claude. Oh, he misremembered the energy. Oh, no. He misremembered the energy, and it cost him. That sucks. That sucks. That's so unfortunate. Yeah. He misremembered Claude's energy. End of a long day of battling. It'll happen. That's why a lot of the times they will like take notes of like, okay, I caught here, they threw here. Yeah, that's an unfortunate one. Ooh, Colin versus Leonardo. Is that a Dodrio? That is! Yo, we have a Dodrio. Yeah, so the Great Blake, they play on their own accounts, yes. They're using provided devices, but they sign into their own Pokemon Go account. They played so early and waited on this day 2 matches for 8 billion years. Alright, Corviknight, Altaria, Empoleon, Furred, Clodsec, Credilli, Colin, the final boss. And to see Leonardo, who always runs really interesting things, like interesting anti-meta stuff. So Celio has Credilli, Shadow Charger, Core of Guzzlord, Dodrio, and Claude. Because this is a smaller tournament, Aaron, all of the group finals will be played tomorrow. So that's why we're seeing all the semis. Because all the group finals will be played tomorrow because it's a smaller tournament. For the bigger tournament, they have 8 groups instead of 4. And then everyone has to make it out of their group to make day 2. Okay, Empin to Claude. Oh my god, the Dodrio's in the back. But like Vegas, I'm assuming is going to be a huge one. Yo, Emmy with the hydrate. Thank you so much, Emmy. What I'm meaning to add, and I don't know if I can just add that while I'm live. Viewer rewards, power up and channel points. How do I change that? Is it... Oh, manage rewards. Okay. I do want to add a reward that is just like posture check. Because my posture when I'm playing GBL is awful. Alright. Yo, Guzzlord getting farmed by an Altaria. Oh, it's Dodrio versus the world. Vegas at 201. Holy shit. Okay. I have officially created a new one. The posture check. Because my lower back will be happy with me that I did. Yeah, Dodrio with some steel coverage could be kind of fun. The issue is Dodrio with drill run would basically just be Firo then. Yo, posture check. All right, I'm gonna sit up, and I'm not gonna lean forward. Okay. Oh, tried to snipe and get an EQ, but Colin didn't let him get there. All right, I'm sitting up properly now. Good posture. Bravebird won't knock out. He has to hope 2 drill pecks KO. And I don't think they do. Claude is too bulky. Yotem King. There's currently a Dodrio on our screen. Unfortunately, it's currently losing, but it is on our screen. EU got wired connection and the game state got worse. It's impressive. Because EU always had like flawless game state. And it has been kind of rough. The phone like connection to the internet has not been good on stream at this tournament. The funny thing is wired connection made NA way better. But it made EU way worse. I think GDANSK is wired on stage. I think so. Oh my god. Shadow Charger into Claude. Dodrio answered with Empoleon. Oh no, man. This is painful. This is painful. Oh my god, I think Emp lives that peck on 1 HP. That sucks if it does. Because he's shielding, saying that my pet KOs, and I don't think it does. Oh, no! Ah, fuck. That sucks. Yeah, that's game. He just gets swept by Claude now. He just gets swept by Claude. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's so unfortunate. It's a damn shame because Celio always runs like really interesting mons and really interesting comps. Like he had a Spiritomb at one point for a previous tournament. Oh, that flamethrower. My heavens. Yeah, the goal is just get it as close to EQ range as possible, and then you're just cooking. Yeah. And Claude's just GG's now. Yeah. They knew. Like, Shadow Charger plus Dodrio is really cool, and he made it very far. I hope we'll get championship points out of it. Because technically this is top 16, I think. Yeah, this is the first time Dodrio has come this far, yeah. So losing the semis should be tied for 13th. Okay, gotcha. So hopefully they get a little bit of points out of it. But yeah, that'll do it. Colin, day 2. Ooh, nickname time. Let's go nickname. We like nickname. Zilus. Oh, but against Chris. This is a great matchup. This is a great matchup. Piggy Pack Calm Day. It sounds like it might be arriving at some point in November. I don't know what Beak Blast would have to be better than what it already has. Ooh, Zilus into Shadow Malamar. Because Drill Peck is already a sick move. Man of the Planet says you're going to hate this set. Oh, no. Okay, Florges. Up energy into a Corv. All right, let's see. Now, Corviknight gets to play roulette with Air Cutter. 30% chance to boost its attack back to normal here. Air Cutter, no boost. Florges, taking advantage of the energy advantage that it has. Being able to make it to another Chilling Water. Another no shield from Nickname. As he knows, again, this is more of just damage mitigation more than anything, where you don't switch Corbin because it's going to win. You switch it in because it's just going to be able to survive 3 Chilling Waters. Air Cutter is going to connect. Again, no boost. And we can see the power of Florges. Florges, another Chilling Water. Nickname will not get knocked out. Another no shield. Yo, what's up, Ja? How's it going? Oh, Ja, did we play? Oh, yo, if we did, GG's, man. Yo, that's awesome. Ooh, got the boost. Oh, Empoleon catch. Let me go back through my stuff. Earlier today at the venue. Oh. Let me look. Oh, we did play. Yo, GG's. Let me see if I can... Do I have this one recorded? I hope I have it recorded. Oh! Hold on. I looked away for a sec. Alright, here we go. I looked away. I'm locking back in. I don't believe that I have that one recorded, unfortunately. Ooh, charge attack priority tie. Okay, I'm locking back in on the games. Hydro lands. Wait, what? Okay. 3, 4. Okay, yeah, Ida wouldn't be cap tie. Ida worked as it should. Okay. I rewinded, but it didn't rewind far enough. Okay, Hydro lands. Gets the Nightshade. M still has 2 shields to work with. Okay. And he can throw 4 in the move to outpace. And this definitely just knocks out. Yeah. Does pick up the KO. Zilus versus the world. Nickname is a catch, but this is a tall ask. He goes for the Dark Pulse because a Body Slam, it'd be close, but I don't think it knocks out. Does get the shield. There's the Drill Pack. Shield comes up. In comes Malamar. Mala might die to this Dark Pulse. Oh, he tried for the catch. He didn't get it. But he probably put it in Dark Pulse range. Dark Pulse range. Pause champ. Hold. Hold. Dark Pulse knocks out. Everything is super low. Floor just gets a chilling. Oh, man. These fairy winds are just going to do... Oh, they're actually not doing a lot, surprisingly. This is going to be close. I think he just metal sounds down and has him. Because Y's too far off. Oh, man. Chris found a way. Chris found a way. Dang. Chris found a way. Okay, Shadow Mallet into Corv. He's got Corv Emp in the back, and Azu and Corsola. Okay, immediate foul play from the Mala. Nickname with the no shield. Goes for payback. Chris wanted to catch, but clicked it a turn too late. Payback lands. It's superpower. This is tricky. Does he sell out for swap? He does sell out for swap. Corv? Yeah. And you just want to bank a bunch of energy and then go Azu. Yes, exactly that. Exactly that. Make him waste his energy. Exactly that. Air Cutter. The Azu gets the first boost. That's unfortunate. Air Cutter. Oh, fuck. The 9% con. The 9% con. The back-to-back Air Cutter boost. And now Air Cutter's a real move. 3 for 3? No. That's unfortunate. So we saw the 9% con. We didn't see the 2.7% con, but we got to see the 9% con. That's so unfortunate for nickname. Oh my goodness. And the Ice Beam catch onto Emp too. Jeez. Jeez, man. Yo, he's Air Cutter baiting him. He does put up the shield. Yeah. That Azu's health disappeared in like a split second. That shit was gone. He throws an Air Cutter just to get a little bit of damage and stall timer. Because Chris would have thrown before he was able to get to a big move. That was Nickname's turn to boost. He goes Mala. Oh, no. He got farmed. Fuck. And Mala's like one off the move, if not having it. Yeah, it looked like he was one off there. Ah, it sucks. That sucks. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, that mid-game, the back-to-back boost, just getting through all of Azu was so tragic. But Emp has like a billion moves. A payback BM? Dang. Dang. The payback BM is crazy business. That's crazy business. Yo, what's up, Bobby? Welcome in. Yo, Meech versus Galactica Bolton. Alright, Corsola, Shadow Scizor. Ooh, her Scizor is taking those Astonishes pretty well. Yeah, her Scizor is taking those Astonishes pretty well. Oh, she catches. Interesting. I feel like it's a very risky catch just because for Greninja or Tinkaton, it's just food, and there is a Tinkaton back there. Hey, that'll get you really close to Man in the Planet. It'll all come down to whether it was up pairs or not. Brave Bird. I assume if you bird, you can instantly doze and farm down, right? I assume. He's going to do a zero bubble play rough. Someone who like, yo, the Torian, you're a knower of matchups. So they go play rough there. Can they not bulldoze and farm down? Because at -3, a bulldoze has to do some damage. Now I just want to play out that matchup to figure out if you can bulldoze and farm down. Because at heart, I'm a greedy soul who wants to farm things. Oh, okay, they make a fly. Gotcha, okay. That makes sense. So it only works 50% of the time, so it's just not worth it. That makes sense. The 50% debuff con is basically like Bulldoze is a 50-50 to lower the opponent's defense. Even with the Blastoise being boosted, Galax should be in a pretty solid spot here. Yeah, because he just gets to the Sky Attack and then knocks out. Beals did this day wanted a tank. Oh, I think I remember that. Yo, what's up, Tiger? Welcome back. Scizor. 29.96. Yo, all that is a 3-2. You got this, man. Okay, but it is debuff reliant. Gotcha. And people don't want to risk it on a 50-50. And Corsola just farms down. Okay, Galactica Bolton taking game 1. Ooh, terrible lead for Galactica Bolton. Ninja into Blastoise is so bad. Like this is the stuff nightmares are made out of. Do you ever get hella greedy and just try and catch this on the Corsola? Like punish be damned just to waste the energy. Looks like he's just gonna go for a shield. Like that's an incredibly greedy catch attempt, but it is the kind that could save you from your Blastoise induced hell that you're in right now. Kits on mulch, interesting. Meech's playstyle is very different to like most other battlers. She switches out of winning matchups, which a lot of people don't typically do. Like that's just like a fully winning matchup that we switched out of. The issue is I think Ninja dies to 5 Sucker Punches here. So he's going to have to pivot now. Ooh, banks a Night Slash. Gets out into the Altaria. Brave Bird, big damage. Comes to Blastoise. The Hydro Bait, yeah, he is just going to call this. Throws again. Here's the issue that I see here. If you bring in the Ninja to throw the Shuriken to store the Hydro, then I don't think you Corsola down. Yeah, because 2 Astonishes plus a Shuriken wouldn't have KO'd. That kind of sucks. I think that's probably what he had to do, though, just to bank it. But this is weird. He throws Nightshade to cover for a catch. The issue is Nightshade does fuck up your residuals. So I assume he'll switch, but he has to hope that she doesn't simul switch. Because if they do, then he gets farmed. Yeah. Galax, no! I think it was a tricky spot. He never had an amazing opportunity to bank. All right. Game number 3. Credilli, oh buddy, into Altaria. The zeros here are very fine, but they're still not winning. It's Tink, Greninja, Scizor, Blast. Ugh. Tink is pretty good into the whole team. Greninja, like... Greninja would love to be on Scizor, but the only way you do that is if you go on Shields, which I don't think an Altaria into a Credilli that has to stay in would ever do. Like, the best bet for Galax is soft lose this and then just get sick amounts of farm. But even that, like... There's a Mon for each thing that has farm that absorbs it. Like, Blastoise absorbs Greninja farm, and Tink farm gets absorbed onto the Scizor. So, I think it's going to be tricky. Yo, what's up, Sarah? How's it going, man? In comes Ninja. 3 full Shurikens is nice. But, this will be a tough one. This will be a tough one. Your Night Sessions just do no damage here is the issue. Like, you snack 2 so comfortably. Well, unless you get the Night Sash boost. Unless you get the Night Sash boost. Then suddenly your Night Sashes are terrifying. Okay, well that is just the win con personified. Yeah, that is just the win con. Shuriken does not KO. Blastoise hangs on. Ninja does live this, but not by a ton. So the shield comes up. And Scizor in the back. Scizor hates zeros. So as Ninja, it's just 1 and a Night Slash, 1 and a Night Slash. And then you should be in a pretty good spot. Yeah, because this should be 1 Bullet Punch plus Night Slash range. I guess he could stay and force her to throw. He does, and she doesn't throw. Okay. It looked like it stuttered a bit on her end. But she definitely didn't click the button. And yeah, boosted Night Slash just knocks out. Is there a review? No, there's not. There's just more Colin. Who's Colin playing? The Satale Man! Okay, Colin versus the Satale Man. Furret into Shadow Talonflame. Uh-oh. Satale's in the back. And, I mean, Furret's just going to win Switch here, no? this is. I like Satale is based, but there's an Empoleon that's about to cook it. It's about to be unfortunate. Yeah, because you just can't win twos. And that means your Satale is always just going to have a date with an Empoleon, which is not what you want at all. In Gastro, but the Trailblaze is reached. Like, you have to shield it. Yes, Satale enthusiasts look away. It's sick that Satale made it this far, but it's unfortunate that it's about to have no play into the Emp at all. And there it is, yeah. I don't know, the Torian. I definitely feel like they should, because, like, even if you're just flame charging once, like flame charge fly 322 is pretty nice. If he charges there for doesn't make blaze, yeah, true. Because obviously the Incinerates would have hit harder. Poor Satale getting knocked out. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Tragedy has struck. Gonna go with the Water Pulse. Yeah. The unfortunate thing is Satale's a really cool pick, but Colin is one of the best people in the world at like not losing to nonsense. Like, he is very good about, like, you can have weird shit against him, and he's very good about just playing very principled, very steady gameplay, and then just, like, not letting nonsense beat him. Also, San Diego and the Torian, you guys are our competitors. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on... I know it sounds like after this tournament, a lot of people are frustrated with the meta. Curious to hear thoughts on the meta and thoughts on what's its name? Spidops. The new bug that's Shadow Claw or Lunge Rock Tomb. Spidops will be dropping in 3 days, so I don't think it'll be Vegas eligible, but it will be Stuttgart eligible. Ooh, Altaria into Corv. Such a good matchup for Altaria. Top lefting is generally frowned upon. All I'm hearing is more Corv Emp. Yeah, that's fair. The thing that it does is it beats, like, the Corsola Slap Dilly trio. But obviously, yeah, it's not a massive fan of steals. But yeah, so like we've seen people top left game 3s, but considering that if you top left after a game 1, you'd have to rescan the code, it's just generally considered a little bit rude to do. Payback. Satale's in the bag. For... I am hoping for quite a few nerfs. I am hoping for quite a few nerfs come December 1st. That'd be pretty nice. In comes Satale. Doesn't get the snipe down. The sky attack is reached. And it's Emp again. That's so unfortunate that Satale was just an Emp magnet. I do greatly enjoy that people are beginning to realize just how strong Emp is. Because Emp is a sick mod. It'll be in a month, Jay. So it'll be like December 3rd probably is when it starts. December 2nd. Somewhere in the first 4 days of December it'll start. But we should hopefully have a mini shakeup in a few days with the Spidops being added. Yeah, like Emp's defensive typing is just fucking absurd. It's so good. Yo, what's up, Executor? Welcome in. And poor Satale. He's trying his best. He's trying his best. And you can see that they're laughing about it. They're at least having fun. They're having fun with it. But yeah, they know it's just thoroughly cooked. All right, Colin takes it. We do have another round after this. This will probably be the final match of the day, time-wise. Ooh, Chris versus Galactica Bolton. Oh, shit. Superior lead into Empoleon. Yo, 3 penguins, let's go. Oh, y'all couldn't see that. Hold on. Let me move my head. And rewind. We had 3 penguins for a second. Yeah, Dugong is like the GOAT of the LAIC meta. It's like Dugong Oranguru, and then you can just kind of pick your third. Metang is pretty insane if teams don't have Turtonator. Frenzy does a lot. Oh, that's actually a rough simul swap for Chris. That's actually a rough simul swap for Chris. Because look at this. This is alt into a fairy. Alt is so fine. Alt is so incredibly fine here. Because Floor just can't damage it. It's actually such a funny matchup. Floor just can't damage the Altaria. He just wants Floridas to throw, and Floridas is not throwing. Oh, hard pivot into Serp. Chris looking to bank up a billion energy. In comes the Emp. Emp not going to get to a move. So, Altaria has a billion energy. The Floridas has a billion energy. We could be in for a pretty fun endgame here. We could be in for some absolute cinema. In comes the floor, just boosting itself up with the Trailblaze. That takes the knockout. In comes the ult. Does +1 Chilling Water knock out? He says no! He says no! And it doesn't! Oh my goodness. 1 HP Altaria. And then Ninja just wins. Because Ninja just outpaces the Mala. Yeah. Ninja's only lose con is if it ever throws a Night Slash. Because the math just isn't with you. Alt too bulky. Yeah, and he just lets it go because he knows. Galax wins this every time straight Hydro, so he's to hope he fucks up and throws a Night Slash for no reason. Yo, we got a Hydrate. I got you. I am hoping for a Mud Slap nerf, Jay. That would be pretty nice. You explain the Fruit Ninja swiping as commentator? Well, the way to explain it is they swipe every bubble the exact same way. So that way, if for whatever reason their competitor can see the hand motion is the same every time. Okay, game number 2. Malamar and a Talonflame. Yo, Talonflame fries. Watch the Incinerate damage here. This Incinerate damage is hellish. Like, look at that shit, dude. Like, Mala can win the 1s and 2s, but Talon just farms its at. Sorry, Mala wins 1s, I think. And then in 2s, you just Incin down. Catches on Florges. He might want to shield this, actually. Like, getting the 1 head start is nice. But he can just throw 1 and Serp him. Oh, my God. That's so unfortunate. The tiny grass resurgence because of how stupidly good Florges is. Ooh, a miscount by Galax there. You can see he is a little bit miffed with himself, but... yeah, he will be able to escape. Also, welcome in the Pokemango. Hope you're doing well. Let me get a shout out going. Shout out the Pokemango. Terrific. In came Malamar. Posture check. Yo, I'm on it. Yo, my posture was cooked. Okay. Yo, this posture check. Oh, he got the debuff too. The Leaf Tornado debuff. No. Now these foul plays do nothing. The Leaf Tornado man. Yeah, now ult is just so healthy compared to what it would have been. Ooh, the catch. Chris making plays. He's trying. He's trying. I'm sitting up straight. Hey, that's awesome, King of Prussia. That's a big climb. I play my sets and like I stream. Yeah, Galax has to let this go because Empwin's cap. Yeah, I think he's cooked now. Oh my God, he gets the Leaf Tornado. Does he get it again? Does he get it again? Oh, mama. I mean, this actually will do a significant amount of damage. He doesn't get it again, but ult should farm down. He does not Pluto, no. Galax takes it. Yeah, he made it uncomfortable for a sec. Let me pull up. So that's the end of day 1. Let me pull up the Dracoviz. Let me pull up the Dracoviz thing that they tweeted out. Okay. Dracoviz. Here we go. So this is day 2 usage. Corv at the top. Corv at the top. Furret. Credilli, Stunfisk, Altaria, Claude, Corsola, Florges, Shadow Scizor, Empoleon. Look across those 12 Pokemon, chat. Do you see a lack of a certain ground type fast move among the top 12 usage? No K-Whack, no Gastro. That's nuts. That's actually nuts. That's crazy. Everyone just said, nah, fuck it. We don't need slappers. Why though? My guess is because the most common way to counteract the slappers is flyers. And if you go with Claude or Ufisk, then you still maintain your ground pressure while not being Omega dead to flyers. So that's why I think that's more so the demise of Mudslap is like, especially with stuff like Altaria Rising, like Claude in and of itself is really good into Florges. It has coverage into the flyers. It still does a lot of what you want a ground to do. And then for Stunfisk is just, yeah, another similar spot where it's a ground that can take out flyers. Yo, what's up, Tara? Yeah, we are just finishing up. So, top cut tomorrow. Alfie versus Boom will be an insane matchup. Can you play the Fareed gif in your DMs? Oh my god. I'm scared. It's not autoplaying? Wait, what does he say? Oh, he says boost. So Alfie versus Boom is going to be an insane matchup. I'm very much looking forward to that. Boom's like, Boom is definitely like a strong contender. Then we have Bar the Gamer versus Howie, Alejandro versus David, and Palasha versus Tenante. Tenante really surprised me. Like, Tenante, apparently it's their first tournament, I think. Yeah, they didn't have a Dracoviz page, I don't think. Tenante. Oh, wait, no, they do have a Dracoviz page. Yeah, so they've been on boards, but they haven't been at a tournament before. But yeah, at least Howie or Bar the Gamer will have a medal for the first time. That's huge. Yo, that's awesome. It is going to be a really exciting day, too. Yeah, Jay, I do have a lot of people mention that. It's something that I have considered in the past, but there would be the addition of Swiss and a meta that I really like would definitely help the odds of me ever competing at one point. Yo, all right. I think that's going to do it for me, chat. I believe Wex Plays is live, so I think we're going to raid Wex. Wex Plays 1. We did it. Swiss is better because Swiss, if you get RPS'd round 1, you don't have to play double the battles. The plan is to stream day 2 tomorrow, yes. I am coming down with, like, sickness right now. So, if I'm still feeling good enough, I will be streaming day 2, yes. But I want to put that caveat out there. Alright. We're going to go... Yo, Pluto, thank you for the follow. We're going to go raid Mr. Wex. We're going to go show him some love. And yeah, appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. We'll, Spidops in 3 days. Let's go. All right. Peace.